Welcome to All Signs Tarot. Okay. What's up, Dominic? How are you? What's going on? Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been super sick. Pretty sure I caught the vid. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure I caught the vid, so that's been fun. I don't even know how. I don't fucking go anywhere. That's good, Dominic. It's nice to see you. Ooh. Maybe I need to open the window. I'm already getting hot. Maybe I'll do that now. Oh, Valeria, do you want your couch? Why do you look like that? What are you doing all the way down there? Do you want your couch? Oh, I love you. You're a baby. She's so cute. Okay. One sec. Right. What is up, Jody Lynn? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Infinite? Hey, baby. What is going on? Yes, happy holiday. I hope you guys had a good one. I was sick like the entire time. I'm still sick. Pretty sure I caught COVID and I'm still here. Like I can't take another day off. Like I'm freaking it's been a weird week. Like between like my dog dying and me catching the vid. I swear I think that I have that. I can't imagine it's anything else. But it has been suffer city. Like I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty damn bad. Um and then this week is like, even more intense. What we have Sun square Pluto, which is starting now, basically. But then it's perfecting on Wednesday, I believe. Or is it Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday, it's perfecting. We have Venus, but she's at her exaltation degree. And she's going to be conjoining Saturn. Then we have the new moon happening in Taurus. I think that's on Saturday with a T square. Okay, so there's the Mars-Pluto opposition with the T square, so the pressure is being put on that sun and moon in Taurus. Is that another fly? How are they getting in here? How are they even getting in here? But you know what I think that's interesting about that specific transit? Like, there's some kind of power in the Taurian hemisphere that's happening. And I feel that way because we have Mars in a debacle with Pluto, right? Well, Mars is in Leo. Well, what rules Leo? The sun. The sun is in Taurus. So Mars, because it's in the sun's home, is trying to basically appease the sun, which is in Taurus. Pluto is in Aquarius. Its co-ruler Uranus, also in Taurus. So it's almost like there is wherever Taurus is in your chart, it's like getting caught in the middle of something, but it's almost as if both parties or whatever it may be is trying to have or hold or appease this Taurian part of your chart. I was looking at it today. It's really, really fascinating. What's up, Carmen? How you doing? What's up, Deb? Did you get the vax? No. No, I did not. No, I did not. Nope. If I got the vax, then I probably wouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Deb, it's really nice to see you. At Carmen, I got the Game of Thrones Major Arcana cards today. Those are really cool. Thank you for that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Just very, very, because I was like, well, I don't know, like that I feel like Mars already has Taurus's back, so to speak, right? Because the sun is in Taurus. But then I was like, but wait, Uranus, Pluto's trying to please Uranus. Now, Uranus isn't going to be in Taurus for too much longer, but it's still there. It's still there. So there's something about Pluto having some kind of loyalty to that Taurian part of your chart in one way or another. It's a difficult one, but it's a power up one, which is not going to be easy, but it's there. Like, it's really interesting. Yeah, I do. Thank you. What's up, Dark Matter? What's up, Enigma? Enigma, did I see your comment in the chat? I see that one. I didn't see anything else. What was the comment? Yeah, you're welcome, Deb. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So yeah, just I'm not excited for this new moon in Pluto to be, I mean, new moon in Pluto. I'm not really that excited for the new moon in Taurus. It's happening at 7 degrees. 7 degrees is my ascendant in Taurus. And not only is there a T square between Mars and transiting Pluto, but it's also opposing my natal Pluto and on my descendant. And I'm like, ugh. It's also opposing my natal Venus in my 7th house in Scorpio. So it really feels like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Venus is my chart ruler. So I'm like, fuck. Deep placement, really intense. Yeah, for sure. I did not have a fun Easter. I was sick the whole time. I think I caught COVID, if I'm being honest. It's pretty bad. I've had it once before. That was January 1st of 2022. And then all of a sudden, like, it just hit me out of nowhere. I was like, oh no. I could feel it happening on Wednesday morning. And by Wednesday night, I was done. I was like, okay, this is great. Like, right on time. Like, damn, dude. It just couldn't have happened at like a worse time. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, not even. It was on one of your posts. Oh, baby, I don't know. I need to go check. Do you know which post it was? I can definitely check it out. Yeah, thank you. But I'm, excuse me. I'm showing up. I got my emergency. Okay, I had my veggies. So we're in business. But welcome to All Signs Tarot, you guys. We're going to be taking a look at what are we doing? Is it what to expect? Let me just make sure. What's coming towards you based on your zodiac sign? So just kind of like whatever comes out. We're going to see what you can expect this week. I gave you guys a little bit of a tidbit on what's kind of going on in regards to the astrology anyway. You know, I'm not going to lie, like it's an intense week. It is an intense week. I like that Venus is in her she's exalted, so I like that, right? But it is a heavy week. This is definitely not the time to be doubling down on any kind of big huge debacles or going out to the bar getting shit-faced and deciding to throw punches. Like, it's just really not that time. But I think that it will be a big power move if we can utilize it properly. What's up, Mason? Please don't die. I'm not gonna die, baby. They've been trying to kill me for years. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so we're gonna be we're gonna be taking a look at what's coming towards you this week. If you guys do want to book a super chat question, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can either find that, which is pinned in the chat box right there. You can click in the description box below to see it, or you can just type it in your browser in your phone right here, or you can download the Hypsee app. Okay, I definitely prefer that. If you guys have not followed me on Hypsee, make sure that you guys do that. I do private one-on-one sessions Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays as well. Sometimes I'll pick up an extra day if I'm bored, right? But usually I'm never bored. I'm just always tired. So, what's up, Underdog Tarot? Your last post. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Let me see. I'll try and check it out now. I don't see anything. I have to approve comments because I get weirdos. So maybe I haven't approved it yet. Oh my God, Enigma. Really? You really brought it there. That's so random. I was just talking about Tupac today, so that's so weird that you said that. I'm so sad he's gone, honestly. Um, Thank you so much, Enigma, for your comment. Just tried pre that's weird. Oh no, please don't tell me it's doing that right now. Please don't tell me this. Hold on, guys. Sorry, hold on. Is my thing working? Okay, well, it's working for them. Okay. All right, so yeah, anyway, if you guys want to pre-book right now to get 15% off your super chat, please, by all means, feel free to do so. You have the next 5 minutes to do it in order to get the discount. If not, you'll have to pay full price, but still, it's really not that bad. It's $5 super chat night, so it's all good. For the bitches trying to save some shmoney. What's up, Lori? You might not. I understand it. Girl, I grew up in California. Oh my God, please. It's just me against the world, baby. That was my favorite song by Tupac, Me Against the World. I love that song so much. It always stuck out to me. What's up, Tay? How are you? Yeah, Deb, like a super chat question. Of light and dark. Why are you acting like this is your damn first time being here? Right here on Hypsee. Are you messing with me right now? Like I didn't like you were here when I just gave that big ass speech, Deb. Come on. Some people wouldn't get it. I got it, baby. I got it. I got it. I think everybody knows who Suge Knight and Tupac are. Listen, if you don't know who Tupac and Suge Knight are at this point, you're too young to be watching me. Okay, let's be real. Good to see you too, Miss Redmond. Of course. Whew. Here, right here. Oh my God, I feel like crap. But I'm so glad that you guys are here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting on me. I have just not been feeling good in any capacity. I've been feeling like absolute trash. So thanks for waiting. Keep in mind, you guys, tomorrow is going to be super chat questions and chill. That's where we just kind of chill out. We can talk astrology. We can talk kind of whatever you want. And yeah. I grew up in Cali too. Tupac was definitely important. He was so important. Oh my God. Oh my God. Damn it. Did I forget to freaking turn these off? Thanks, Mason. I just can't do it today. All right. Well, got to turn that off. But thank you for letting me know that those are there. I will remember to answer that. All right. There we go. All righty. Glad we're back in business. Okay. He was just trying to keep me on my toes. Mason's just trying to keep me on my toes. All right. All right. I'm getting a little sweaty now. Getting a little sweaty. I think I had like mild COVID or something, but it was Oh, thanks a lot, Underdog Tarot. I appreciate that. It was Tay, welcome to the Dragon family. It was God. I just was so disgusted. Like I didn't brush my hair for 3 days. True story. I really didn't. I did not brush my hair for like 3 days. I was down bad. I looked like I had been kidnapped. It was terrible. I'm sorry, V, that sucks. You know, it's been worse. Time to move on, right? V said, what? The fingerprint won't work. I forgot my Gmail. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, honey. I get it. Thanks for the membership, Underdog. Yay. Is that what happened Friday? Yeah, I couldn't do it. Well, I don't know. You mean when I canceled? Yeah, I had to cancel because Wednesday I was like working through my one-on-one private sessions, and I was like, I was doing it. I was killing it. I was going through them. I was doing it. And then I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to do this the next day. Like, I was done. And so one of my clients, so like nobody really knew yet, and so one of my clients had booked a one-on-one session with me on Hypsee, and so I felt so bad because she's always booking with me, and so I had to cancel, and I was like, yeah, I'm like sick as fuck, I can't do it. And then I had to cancel on everybody for the live stream. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I would never even let you see I would never let you guys even see me like that. What's up, Leo Empress? What's up, Michaela? How you doing, baby? Oh, Kenneth, thank you so much. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, but we're back, so it's all good. I didn't see the cancel. I was searching. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I did have to cancel it. I did cancel it. Uh-huh. I'm glad I'm not feeling better. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm not feeling better. Like, I would love to take a nap right now, but we're good. We're good. I'm trying to get through it. I want to have fun, and I need to have a little bit of. I need to like. First of all, I need to go touch some grass, but I also need to talk to you guys. I missed you guys. It's nice to be back up here. Some moringa honing citrus grass. Girl, I don't know what that is. Oh, Myra, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, it's been good. My mom had it, whatever it was. She was like, yeah, you have what I have. She always says that though, so I don't know if I never know if I should believe her or not. All right, guys. So last time, welcome to All Signs Tarot. We're going to be taking a look at what's coming towards you this week. If you didn't catch the beginning, make sure you scroll back, listen to some of the transits. If you don't want to do that, then you can check my community post where you're going to see me posting the transits and giving you guys a little bit of advice. So you can either catch that on my Instagram, which is at Violetta Alexis, or you can just check my YouTube community post. Moving forward, I guess we will go ahead and start with Aries today. Thanks you of light and dark. This is the first time last night that I actually washed it and put it in my silk rollers. I was down bad, baby. And obviously, if you guys want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and put it that I am live. Start live. All right. And we are in business. What's up, Small TV? How you doing, baby? Past 5 minutes of my life just went by. What? The you make it, drink it like the. What is the? You mean like tea? What's up, Nicole? All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at. I don't know what Deb's got going on. She's going through a debacle. Y'all leave Vanessa alone, okay? English was not her first language, and she's adorable. Vanessa, you're so darling. Thank you. Thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate that. I'll definitely check it out. All right, so let's see. Aries, let's take a look at what you have going on for this week, okay? Queen of Cups energy. Did you get this last time? Was that you? That looks so tacky. I need to put that somewhere else. Okay. Fabulous. All right, we have the Queen of Cups for your overall energy this week. What's coming towards you? The World. Oh, God, I love that. I feel like this is something that you've been waiting on for a really long time. Like it's something that has not been easy, and I think that's why it's so fucking exciting. Your advice is the Emperor. Take charge. I find it interesting that the Queen of Cups is your energy, but your advice is the Emperor, which is kind of making me feel like in order to complete whatever this is, or in order to have some form of closure that you've been searching for, or in order to complete what it is that you've been attempting to complete, because you're kind of in your feelings in a positive way, but you're in your feelings. I'm kind of wondering if you're needing to detach from something, your feelings, in some way, or at least just kind of put them on the sidelines for now in order to accomplish this. But let's see. King of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed. Well, there's a lot of people here. So I feel like that's probably what it is. There's probably a lot of people in your energy. If you're this Queen of Cups, if you're a feminine energy, then it seems like you're either in love with somebody or you're just very in touch with your emotions, but you can feel like people are attempting to kind of suck you dry a little bit. It can feel exhausting, and you may not even realize it, because if you look here, you'll see that the Queen of Cups, she's looking this way, right? And then she's not even really like, she's off in La La Land with her fucking fairies and her fairy juice or whatever she has going on. And then you have like the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands. That's like, moving in on her like a slow predator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of wondering if you don't even realize kind of what's going on behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be like, oh my God, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, crazy. This is tarot. This is the drama. Okay. I did get voted for most dramatic in the yearbook. So keep that in mind as well when you're watching my shows. But it may be that somebody's trying to get your attention in like I guess a low vibrational way you can say it, right? Somebody may be trying to flash the money that they don't actually have, flash their fake Rolex, or somebody may be even attempting to use you in a way. It kind of reminds me of a it kind of reminds me of when a bird is trying to get a mate and he does that like ridiculous ass dance and like really shows his true colors, like literally, like it's just a rainbow flag. It looks like pride. And I feel like by the way, I don't want anybody to think I'm against gay people. I'm bisexual. So before anyone's like, oh my God, she said the rainbow flag was ridiculous. Okay, I just want to go ahead and preface that. Not that it matters, but now if you are not this Queen of Cups and you're this masculine energy, I'm not really feeling you, dog. You know what I mean? If you're this masculine energy, I think that there's a better way to go about getting somebody's attention or getting what it is that you want without using people or without having to show your ass and making an ass of yourself. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. The World, the Fool, and the Seven of Cups for what's coming towards you. I am obsessed with this energy, and I'm going to tell you why. The World is the very last major arcana card, where the Fool is the first. Okay. So if the first card is the World, it shows me that there's a completion, there's a success, there's a finishing of something. I just heard finish him. Okay. That's the drama again. But there's some kind of accumulation that's happening, and it's bringing you some level of success that's allowing you to start over in some way, that's allowing you to break out of your shell, do something different, start out on a brand new journey. And it's because you have completed whatever this is. What's the World? The Page of Swords in reverse. It could be something in regards to like writing a project, some kind of course you've been taking, some kind of education, where maybe you didn't know something before, now you know, and it's like you can move forward. So let's say that you've been wanting to start a tarot YouTube channel and you just finished your one-on-one lessons with me. And now you're like, oh my God, now I can go for it. Now I can do it. The possibilities are endless, right? With the Fool and the Seven of Cups. So it's like, not only are you completing whatever this is, maybe it's a social media thing, who knows, right? It's something in that realm. And it seems like now because of that, you're able to kind of move forward. And not only are you able to move forward, but now because you completed that, you have more options at your disposal. Okay, well, I don't think this is the time to dilly-dally around and sit there and get lost in your Seven of Cups and be like, "Oh, wow, the possibilities are endless," and you're, like, literally acting endless because there's no end in sight because you're not making any moves. So, what I wanna say is kinda get your head out of your ass a little bit, okay? Take charge, separate your emotions from what's going on. Um, excuse me, and I'm not telling you to detach from your emotions completely. But sometimes we really need to focus on what our priorities are. And the other stuff kind of needs to fall to the wayside temporarily in order for us to get things done. Otherwise, you're probably going to miss the mark and you're going to be upset. So that's the advice that I have for you. Thank you so much, Aries. I really appreciate it. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Love it. Okay. Nicole, it's nice to see you in here. I hope you're doing good, honey. Calls my Aries friend that's out at the gay bar. Love that. All right, Taurus. Taurus. Ah, you're very welcome, Carmen. Of course, anytime. Yes, of light and dark. You're up, baby. All right, Taurus, let's see what's coming towards you for this week. You're in the energy of the Hierophant. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, or even if you haven't, you'll know that if you show up, in my opinion, as your major arcana card, regardless of what the tarot card means, that to me is you being in your highest vibration. Now, I like this, and it kind of makes sense because Venus is going to be at her exaltation degree. I don't think she is quite yet. I think she's going to be in a day or two, something like that. So this makes sense to me. You're ruled by Venus. Oh, and look, here we have this from another deck, the Empress. That's you. So I like that the Hierophant is here in your energy. The Page of Cups in reverse. This is what's coming towards you for this week. And the King of Swords for your advice. So I want to say, like, with that Page of Cups in reverse, it can be that maybe somebody's trying to manipulate you in some way. I don't feel like this is you for some reason. I'm only saying that because you're showing up as the Hierophant. Very different from the Page of Cups reversed. Certainly different from the Page of Cups reversed. And so the Page of Cups reversed can sometimes show up as somebody who's like, "Oh, poor me," very much Eeyore vibes, right? It can also be somebody who's very emotionally manipulative. So this can be somebody that is somebody that you know. It can be a love interest. It can't even be a child. I don't want to do my homework. My tummy hurts. Hey, well, why don't you go to bed? Okay, can I have a glass of water? I mean, you know how it goes, right? It can be something as small as that. But you seem to be in your dignity here. You seem to be knowing what's what. You're standing your ground on things. You could be focused on a spiritual practice, education, your morals, your values, your integrity, things like that. Things that make you you. And so you're just, to me, standing in your sovereignty a bit. With that King of Swords, it's kind of making me feel like you need to keep an eye out, not in like a bad way per se, but like just be cautious around manipulations, especially because Venus is in Pisces. And while Venus is, yes, exalted in Pisces and everything, Pisces can still be, especially because she's going to hit Neptune soon, which is in Aries, but Pisces is a very like woo woo kind of, you're walking through a cloud of like a veil, you can't really see. It's all dreamy and it's beautiful and everything sparkles and it's glitter and everybody shits gold on this side of the veil. And it's like, yeah, and then you get on the other side of the veil and you're like, well, that was weird. Right. So I want to say, like, keep your wits keep your wits about you. Okay. So let's see. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Celestial Weaver reversed. So let me show you the cards first. So this, to me, you clearly are wanting to create something, but I feel like you want to create something bigger than what you've been creating. Because at this point, I don't even think it feels like creation anymore. It just feels like something that's monotonous, something that you do every day, like you brush your teeth, you scratch your ass, whatever your habits are. Okay, I'm not here to judge. But it feels like you want something bigger. And so it feels like you're kind of starting from ground zero. Who am I? What do I truly want? And getting to the root of it is going to help you get to the top of it. So to me, this is you being like, okay, this doesn't please me anymore. Even if it's like you're wanting to succeed in some way and you have found that you are your own worst critic. You're being cruel to yourself. You're being mean to yourself. You're treating yourself like a slave in some way. Well, who the hell can possibly work under those conditions in a healthy way and actually create something that they want? And so now you're at this point where you're like, okay, let me get back to who the fuck I actually am. Let me figure it out, what my true desires and my true wants are based on not just my desires and my wants, right? Like Venus and Pisces, but that is in direct correlation with who I am as a being, as a person, as a spiritual being, right? So, um, it feels like you are going backwards for a good reason. What's that Page of Cups reversed? Page of Pentacles. It feels like somebody's trying to sell you a dream. A little bit. Okay. I think you have some money coming towards you this week. I do. I'll show you the cards. Hold on. So you have the Page of Cups reversed, you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So even if this is like, let's say that this is a uh, um let's say it's a, I don't know, like a business deal. Okay, let's say it's a business deal, but somebody's like kind of promising the world, oh, it could be like this, and you won't have to worry about anything, and you'll have all this money if you sign with us, and if you did it, right? And like, I think behind it is truly a legitimate offer, but you kind of need to be like, okay, well, put it in writing, put it in writing, or let me actually see the action. Because we can dream up a big, beautiful dream, right? We've all seen that with all this Piscean energy. And it's gorgeous, it's lovely, it's beautiful. But what happens when the veil drops? Is it reality? Is it an actual reality? Have we taken the initiative? Have we been honest with ourselves? Is this person, whoever this is, have they been honest with themselves? And if this is you, have you just been dreaming up, poop in a diaper? Like, are you actually making legitimate moves? And for a lot of you, it's about honestly figuring out what legacy means to you and what you really want at the end of the day, what you want 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 1 year from now, whatever it is. So I do feel like for some of you, if this is you, you're just simply backtracking. I do think that you're going to get some kind of opportunity to make some more money, or more money falls in your lap based on either a job or a career or something that you have. But I do think you're kind of going back to the drawing board. Now, if this is like a love situation or something like that, I do feel like somebody's trying to sell you a dream. I think that this person has a lot more to offer than they're acting like they do. So I think that they're just kind of like, oh, I love you so much. You're so wonderful, blah, 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 blah. Right. But like, okay, where's the date? Right. Or where's the action? You've been playing on your phone all day on the couch. Like, are you going to send me flowers? Are you going to send me a DoorDash? Like, what's going on here? I'm not saying that's what it is. Okay. But you know what I mean? So it can kind of be like our head in the clouds a little bit, but there's more, there's something really there, but I feel like somebody has to be like, okay, well, let's get this show on the road, instead of just talking about it. Your advice is King of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords in reverse. This is really about taking your own advice, in my opinion. Taking your own advice, being honest with yourself. If you have advice from like a masculine figure in your life that is very logical, somebody who's strategic, somebody who understands life, somebody who's been through the ringer, I would listen to this person and I would ask advice and not be afraid to ask advice from somebody like this. Um, or it's telling you that you need to be this person. You need to think logically. You need to kind of sever the head from the heart a little bit. And you don't need to share every single move that you're making with every single person that you know. Basically, the advice is shut the fuck up and move in silence, okay? And figure out your plan. I just think that there's a little bit of reworking that's going on here. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Tyler? Nice to see you. Okay, Deb, I'm loving all these comments from you tonight. I had to get a fax number online so we could communicate with the IRS. Don't even get me started with the IRS. Don't even get me started with the IRS. My God, please. I have like massive trauma from the freaking IRS. I swear to God. Okay, let's see. Gemini. Gemini, how you doing? Let's go ahead and take a look at what you have going on here. You have the Hermit in reverse for your energy. Okay, some of you are just feeling a little paranoid. Let's see. The Lover's reverse for what's coming towards you. The Hangman for your advice. Step back, take a chill pill. You know what I mean? There can be some paranoia that's kind of going on here, or there can be some mental health issues if I'm being honest with you. So for some of you, you can be going through some mental health issues where you're maybe overthinking things, or maybe it's something that you've just had since you were a kid. I don't know. Whatever it is, it can be something that you're dealing with. I'll have to clarify because the Hermit the Hermit in reverse doesn't just mean that. It can mean a plethora of things. It can also represent somebody who has, isolated enough and they've healed enough and they figured out who they are. And now it's time to apply that wisdom and apply that knowledge to the external world. And that Lovers in reverse, I mean, that can definitely be like, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it can be like infidelity. But I feel like this is something that you already knew was going on or something that has already been exposed. It can just be something that you're still kind of dealing with. This can also be somebody else blaming you for their problems or for their own actions. But the Hangman is telling you to sit back, chill out, peep the scene. There may be some sacrifices that need to be made. There may need to be some people, places, things, mindsets, okay, Hermit in reverse, that need to be let go of in order to fulfill you, in order to give you a better life in some kind of way. I just heard the word devotion. So I'm not sure why I heard that, but I got to say it if I hear it in my head. That same mantra, I got to say it if it's in my head, didn't go over well when I was a kid, by the way. Wow, 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 wow. So, I mean, Gemini, what's going on? The Hermit reverse, the Ten of Wands reverse, and the Ten of Swords reverse. There's some things that you have been, it feels like betrayal trauma. It feels like something that not only cut you very, very deeply, it cut you very deeply. You've held on to it for a long time to the point where it has festered and it is basically almost probably feels like it's become a part of your identity in some way. And I think that with that mentality or some kind of mentality that you have wrapped around whatever this experience is, I think that you're making it harder on yourself. That can kind of be the 10 of Wands reversed. So this can be like, let's say now the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. I mean, this is pretty heavy energy. But if we were to look at it more in a smaller slice, let's say, excuse me, still got that nasty cough. Okay. If we were to look at it in a smaller way, let's say that you were cheated on once. Okay, like, shit happens, like whatever, it's not the end of the world. Then you get cheated on twice, right? And then you get cheated on like 3 times. And now at this point you're building stories, fictional stories, mind you, that you're not good enough, you're ugly, you're fat, whatever it is that you are conjuring up inside of your head. And what you're doing is you're creating a problem on top of a problem that wasn't really your problem to begin with, right? So if we're using the cheating example, people who cheat, 9 times out of 10, I would dare even agree that 10 times out of 10, it is that person's own insecurities that causes them to cheat, okay? 9 times out of 10, I would say. So now what you've done is you've taken somebody else's insecurities and now you have made them your own. And that's what happens with insecure people, or that's what happens with wounded people. We breathe on each other and the other person gets sick, so to speak, right? We breathe in the wrong way. We allow ourselves to vomit on other people, either through our words or through how we treat them, right? Especially if we're doing it illfully. And so then it rubs off on other people and then it becomes other people. And so it's so important for us to heal ourselves before we go touching others, right? So to speak, metaphorically, maybe literally, right? But you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like if we're using that scenario, what you've done is you've taken somebody else's insecurity and they have projected it onto you and you have willingly absorbed it. And I get it. It's very easy to absorb that. That hurts, right? But it's not so much about you. I mean, it is, but really it's about another and it's about an understanding. It's about being able to create that separation of awareness about this person's problems versus yours and not allowing yourself to absorb their problems as yours. So, and a lot of the times we attract these people because there's something unhealed within us. And so that's why I always tell my clients, I'm like, please focus on yourself, get to be the best person that you can. And then that's when you can maybe kind of open yourself up to people. Because if you try to attract somebody right now while you're in this state, whatever that state is, right? Guess what kind of person you're going to attract, you know? So if I'm an alcoholic and I'm at the bar and I'm getting shit-faced every weekend because I'm depressed, or I'm getting shit-faced 4 days a week or whatever, hello, absolutely guilty, been there, right? Um, if I'm going to the bar all the time and I'm wasted, what kind of people do you think I'm going to attract to me? Other wasted, drunk, sad, depressed people, right? So, not saying everybody who drinks is depressed. Just give it the program, okay? But you see what I'm saying? So, make sure that you're maybe taking some time for yourself. Maybe that's what this means, that hangman energy. The lovers reversed, the justice, and the three of swords reversed. I feel like you're going to get some karmic justice, like in a positive way, in your favor. I think it can be either through somebody who cheated on you, somebody who hurt you, somebody who broke your heart. This to me makes me feel like with that justice card right there, that to me is the thief of the entire show in a positive way. So it's like you may be making something harder on yourself, not realizing that like God's got your back, the universe has your back, you know, your higher self has your back. You just need to have that faith and understand that. And I think that this is a time for you to spend some time alone. This is not the time to, especially this week with the astrology, this is not the time to be going out, getting shit faced, starting fights, you know, because you're upset or because you've, allowed somebody to essentially imprint on you in a negative way and hurt you. And now that needs to become your identity. That's not what it needs to become. And so I feel like there's gonna be some decisions that you're gonna have to make this week. I don't think that they're gonna be easy, but I think that you will make them, and I think that you will be fine. But I do think this is a call to action to be spending some time alone, in my opinion, for this week. That's how you're going to kind of regroup. You have the Hangman, you have the Four of Cups reversed, and you have the Strength card. So, excuse me. So, if you really want perspective, I always use this example, so excuse my viewers that are always watching me and have heard this a million times, but if I blindfold you and I put you this close to a painting that's hanging on the wall, and then I take off the blindfold and I ask you, what is that painting of? You're not going to know. You're like, I don't fucking know. I think there's maybe like some purple in there. Why? Because it's too damn close, right? It's too close. Okay. And so if I put the blindfold back on, tell you to take 10 steps backwards, and then I take off the blindfold and I say, now what is that picture? You're gonna be like, oh my God, it's a little man in a boat with a dragon on top of a lighthouse, blah, 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 right? Whatever the picture is. It's because sometimes we see things a lot clearer when we take a step back. When we stop trying to numb everything, right? Our senses, the blindfold, our senses, the alcohol. We use noise, right? All the people at the bar, you know, getting involved in gossip, rumors, drama, whatever it may be, whatever our coping mechanisms are, we all have them. And actually just silencing all of that crap and not using those things as a crutch, whatever yours may be, and gathering your strength through solitude. That is going to be your best bet this week. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link in the description box below or in the pinned comment in the chat. Wonderful. Why does it do this? So annoying. Oh, thank you so much, Enigma. I appreciate that very much. I will message. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that as well. Okay. Ugh. Come on, Mars and Capricorn. Get up and fight for me. All right. My poor Mars and Capricorn. I feel like I'm always leaning on that poor guy. Okay, let's go ahead and do Cancer. Freaking cover up this stuff going on here. Okay, Cancer, how are you? Let's go ahead and see what's coming towards you for this week. We have the Nine of Cups reversed for your energy. We have the Star for what's coming towards you. Love that. I just heard they haven't seen the best of you yet. But I heard it in like an old lady's voice. Like a southern old lady's voice. Maybe that's because I've been watching Yellowstone. I don't know, but I did hear that. King of Wands reverse for your advice. Okay. Like don't lick your wounds so soon. You know what I'm saying? Because that King of Wands in reverse, he can get, or she, okay, whatever gender you identify with, you know, they can get their feelings hurt really, really easily. They can get discouraged very quickly. And so I feel like whatever this is with that Nine of Cups reverse, this is kind of like you feeling, I'm not getting it. I'm stupid. I'm not gonna get what I want, you know. And the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like when we don't get what we want, we can do things like over isolate ourselves, or we can, you know, focus on escapism, right? Because it's Jupiter and Pisces. And so um Jupiter and Pisces, and it's I have this Jupiter and Pisces in its shadow can very much isolate, can get focused on drugs, alcohol, booze, you know, and get themselves into some serious shit, okay, with like poverty and things like that. Okay. So just what I want to say is, you know how they say like don't count your eggs before they hatch? It's almost like uh don't mend your wounds before you get stabbed. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you're being a little bit too quick about something, like you're getting too discouraged with something when there's actually an opportunity or something that's being shared with you or something very healing coming in, but you're already like too mopey to see it or something like that. So, and you guys are famous for that. Okay. You guys are my favorite sign. So I'm not hating on you. Six of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Cups. Okay. It feels very drained. Okay. I really want you to be cautious with this, Cancer. Because this can be like overspending on alcohol, overdoing it, getting depressed, and then wanting to spend a bunch of money on clothes, you know, or whatever it is that makes you feel like you can escape for a minute, right? And there's nothing wrong with needing to escape sometimes. That's okay, right? But not to your own detriment, not to your own mental health, not to your financial responsibilities. And so I like that the Ace of Cups is here though, because it tells me that there's something being offered to you, or there's some kind of creative process that maybe you are able to work through things with. So if you're a painter, if you like writing music, if you're a writer, if you know, who knows, maybe you like, I don't know, maybe you like poetry or whatever, right? That can be more the cup energy. Okay. Whatever it is, kind of, I don't want to say throw yourself into it, but ease yourself into that. So if you feel like you're not getting something that you want, I feel like you need to more so just relax and open yourself up to opportunity instead of falling into the depths of despair because you're being a little too quick on the, what is it called? Quick on the draw, basically. So don't get so discouraged so quickly. Just try to, I'm not saying you got to fake a smile, but try to have a positive outlook. Okay. Because I feel like that's what's going to, that kind of energy is what's going to draw more opportunity to you. And that's what's going to turn these perceived failures into wins. But it's going to be about your perspective, in my opinion. The Star, the Eight of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. So this to me is something or someone bringing hope to you. So if you have been feeling creatively stuck, or you feel like your heart has been in shambles, or you're kind of just in a mood, right? The Knight of Cups in reverse can be somebody, he or she is just in a fucking mood, right? Like, let's be honest. And it can be because of that Nine of Cups in reverse, that Six of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe we feel like we've been taken advantage of. Maybe our money isn't so good. Maybe we've been spending too much on things that we shouldn't be spending on. Maybe we've been overdoing it in some way. Whatever it is, I do feel, tell me about that star, just so we can get some clarity. The King of Cups reversed. This can be like therapy, or this can be a masculine figure kind of helping you out in some way. But this is once again giving me some kind of creativity vibe. So what I want to say is, like, let's say you guys have, let's say you guys, I'm just going to say a poetry channel because I have a poetry channel, okay? Let's say you guys have a poetry channel, but you haven't been really using it in a while and you feel a little down on yourself. fall into that poetry channel. Like go towards that level of creativity, because you're going to find a place to put your doubt. You're going to find a place to put your pain, and you're going to turn that into power, and you're going to see how you're going to do it. And the more that you share within reason, okay, the more that you share, the more that you're going to feel uplifted, the more that you are going to feel supported, the more that you are going to feel empowered. So fall into that creativity, fall into that self-love, right? I know I get so sick of saying it, but fall into that level of creativity, whatever that looks like for you. So that's what's going to get you unstuck, because you think you're not getting something that you want, but you have to create that thing, and it's in you. You have the thing to create with. You just have to pick up the paintbrush, or you have to pick up the pen, you have to get your laptop, whatever the thing is for you. Wow. The King of Wands reversed, the Phoenix, and the Empress reversed. So when it comes to your ego, when it comes to your self-worth, when it comes to licking your wounds before you even have them, when it comes to overgiving in some kind of way, something in your life has to change. So even if it's a mentality, and that's what I feel like it is, I feel like a lot of it is about mentality. I'm not saying that you don't have bad things happening in your life. I'm not saying that bad shit doesn't happen. Bad shit happens all the time. And that's great, right? Because that means that you're not the only one. And it's something that you're just going to kind of, now, I don't want to be insensitive, because I know that there are some seriously big things out there that happen that are very life altering. But if this is like, I truly believe that life is a lot more simple than we make it. Because when we're in it, when we're in the moment, when we're in the heartbreak, when we're in the frustration of, I got to take the kids here, and then I got to pick up the dog shit, and then I got to, it feels like a lot at once. But that's where perspective comes in. That's where meditation comes in. That's where mentality comes in. It's literally just putting one foot in front of the other. Oh, I got to get the kids. And not making something into such a big deal in your mind, because it's you that's doing it. It's really not a big deal that you got to pick up the kids today, you know? And sometimes you just got to say, like, oh, I'm a little late to my doctor's appointment. Oh, well, you don't have to flip a table because you're late to the doctor's, right? And so I'm not saying that your problems are that small, so to say. But what I am saying is that however big your problems are, there is a way to minimize it, but it has to start here. So that's going to be up to you. But that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Aesthetic Delta? Oh, yeah, I've definitely flipped tables. Absolutely. We all do. But sometimes I find myself being like, it's really not that big of a deal. You know, who cares? You know what I mean? Why am I making this a big deal? Oh, God, help me. I really need a massage. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I have no placements in Cancer, but I do have my moon in my first house. Hey, Chris. You're welcome, Michaela, anytime. What's up, Karen? All right, let's see. Okay, Vanessa. Come on. Come on, buddy. What do you think? Maybe both. Depends on if you have Aries placements, right? All right, let's see. Leo, 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 Leo. Yay. Oh, that's what's up, Karen. Sorry, I didn't see. I just been trying to do readings. All right, let's see. I hope you had a good Easter. Ooh, I love this, Leo. Temperance? Hell yeah. You know what? Good for you, buddy. Especially with this Mars opposite Leo going on. Ooh, speaking of, did I say Mars opposite Leo? I meant Mars opposite Pluto. Speaking of Pluto, there's death card for what's coming towards you. Your advice, 10 of Cups reversed. Ooh. Could be some relationship issues, family issues. I feel like whatever it is, you're handling it well, though. You're handling it with great aplomb. You're handling it well. I'm sorry, please don't unsubscribe for me. You're handling it well. There's a big change that's happening and it seems to be really out of your control, but I think that you're just handling it with grace. Like you're just taking it on the chin, not even necessarily that you're taking it on the chin like you're suffering in some kind of way, but it's really funny because I'm piggybacking now off of Cancer's read, and it almost feels like the way that I was telling Cancer how to be is what you're doing. So maybe Cancer needs to listen to this reading. But I feel like you're handling something well despite it being out of your control, despite that it's really about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as opposed to getting in a frantic mess while you're in the tunnel and just like focusing on the light and following it. And I feel like with that temperance energy there, a lot of you guys are the light at the end of the tunnel in some way. For some of you, it's that you're helping someone, okay, is what I'm getting intuitively. For some of you, it's that you're helping someone get their shit together or something like that. Okay. The Temperance, the Ace of Wands reverse, the Page of Wands reverse. It's almost like you know where I am, you can find me. That's what I'm getting with that. I think that you are handling your life well. Despite whatever's going on around you, despite any family issues, despite any relationship issues, despite feeling like your image that you had of somebody was shattered, maybe whatever it is, it seems like you are just at peace with what is and at peace with who you are and at peace and even possibly grateful for where you are now in life. And so I don't think that you're feeling super motivated to like go and take action and go and do this and go run a marathon or go and fix everybody's problems or go and whatever. But what you have now, you're appreciative of. You're creating peace in your own life. You're not upset that you feel like you don't have it. It's like you're creating it for yourself and you're becoming it. And so because you're becoming this like peaceful, I don't want to say like a peaceful guru, but it's peaceful, it's gracious, it's having gratitude for where you are now. And when you can do that, when you can really energetically do that, the kind of energy that you pull towards you is really magnificent because you'll start to attract more things to be grateful for. And I know people say that, but it is true. It really is true. It's hard to practice, though. It's hard to practice because we can get easily swayed and upset and pissed off by things we see on the news or by, and I get it, believe me, things we see on the news or other people's attitudes or motives or whatever. But when we can truly like look for the things to be happy about, we're going to find more things to be happy about because they will find us. I heard too slow on the trigger. Yeah. Oh, wow. And then I pulled the Two of Swords. Too slow on the trigger. Wow. And then the Two of Swords dropped. So it was funny because I pulled that death card and I was like, okay. And then I pulled the Knight of Swords in reverse. I was like, it feels like somebody was just following somebody else's lead or taking their sweet ass time doing something. And then I heard that too slow on the trigger. And then I got the Two of Swords, which is like we're taking too long to make a decision or we're avoiding making a decision. So it makes me feel as though something that maybe even you were avoiding or something that you were just kind of like, well, I'll just leave it up to another person or I'll just leave it up to something else. Or, maybe you weren't really making that decision. It feels like it's kind of being made for you, but it's needed. It feels needed. It does. It feels needed. And I think that I think that you're at peace with whatever it is. What's the ending about? What's the death card? The Six of Swords. There may have been some kind of deception, manipulative drama, mind games, something like that. It seems like we're finding peace. Six of Swords. I love this card. Shout out to Carmen for this deck. This is gorgeous. I love this card so much. I freaking forgot to put it like I said I was gonna damn do. So that's what that looks like to me. The Ten of Cups reversed for your advice with the Three of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I think that being honest with yourself and accepting that something hasn't been making you happy or hasn't made you happy, or maybe you over idolize something or someone or whatever, I think it's really about looking to the future and kind of giving up that level of control. I feel like you're already doing this with the Temperance there. So you're already doing it. So I think that you're 2 steps ahead of the game. And understanding that, I feel like you guys willingly gave up control anyway. A lot of you just willingly gave up control, and I think that's actually going to work in your favor more than you know. And I want to say keep doing that. Just keep doing you, and keep moving forward, because I feel like pretty soon you're going to see why this needed to be removed. You're going to see that there's a reason to celebrate, but you wouldn't have been able to do that with whatever this was in your life. Because sometimes, like, let's say, for instance, let's be super cliche. Let's say it's like a person in your life who's draining all of your energy. Okay. And God, the universe, is trying to give you some kind of gift, is trying to give you some kind of something or another, but doesn't want to reward this person, right? Because the universe knows you're going to share it with said person, right? And so the universe needs to know that you know what you're worth, or that you actually even know what you want. And if this person is chaos and what the universe is trying to offer you is peace, but you're choosing the chaos, universe is like, no, because you're going to turn the peace into chaos in some way, or you and this person will. You know what I'm saying? So it can be that this person, okay, this is just an example, is removed from your life, or you remove them, or you just let them go, you let them walk, let them, like Mel Robbins says, right? And then that's when you're gonna see. That's when you're gonna see it come through. And so, but you seem to be at peace this week, despite your ruler being in a freaking T square with Mars in your sign. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Karen, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate that very much. Perfect. Dark, welcome to the Dragon family. All right, let's see. Let's move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. Virgo, this week you're in the energy of the Eight of Wands. Okay. What's coming towards you is the Two of Wands reversed. The Queen of Swords reversed for your advice. All right. Don't lose your cool here this week. I feel like I need to be saying that to everybody, to be honest, but don't lose your cool this week. Um, I mean, I like the Eight of Wands. I got to see what the other cards come out. It seems like you're really speaking your mind. You could be learning something, teaching something, traveling, making traveling plans. A lot of chit chatter, a lot of moving forward very, very quickly. You're shooting for the goalpost. You're trying to win. You're trying to come out on top, because what comes after the Eight of Wands? Well, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is about going through battles, going through battles, going through battles, and then finally coming out on top. And it seems like that's what you're apparently trying to do here. So, or maybe attempting to reach some level of independence. It doesn't seem easy. It seems like it can be causing you some kind of mental strain that can be causing you to act out or be blunt in a way that, it feels like something's tripping you up with that Two of Wands reversed. Like somebody or something is trying to pull you back or trip you up in some kind of way. So let's see. Oh, love it. Eight of Wands, Four of Wands, the Tower. Whoa. Okay. So let's talk about this. Well, the Tower is very much that Mars-Pluto vibe that we're having astrologically this week anyway. Okay, so 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, the Tower. I feel like you're probably going to be having a very surprising conversation in regards to a family matter or in your actual home. This can also be a move for some of you with that 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands Tower. So I want to see what that Tower is. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. You seem to be at odds with another person that you're involved with, that you can work with this person or you're just trying to work with this person. So let's say that you are trying to move and you're trying to buy a home and you are trying to get this home for a different price. And they're like, yeah, we don't know if we're really willing to go down that low. Let's say it's like that. You know, you can be a little bit at odds in regards to whatever that is. Like you don't agree. But how is this happening? What's going on here? 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah, I feel like you kind of, it feels like there's a roadblock happening. So it's like you're trying to move forward. You get excited. You're talking about it. You're taking action towards it with that 4 of Wands, right? But then like something happens and it feels as though you're having to kind of start over. Like, okay, well, I guess that's not really gonna work, right? Because that tower is going to trample the rest of those cards, you know, definitely the Tower. So to me, with the 3 of Pentacles reversed and the 3 of Cups reversed, that's clarifying that energy. I would be cautious around like anything like third parties, gossip, rumors, drama, not being able to get on the same page with another person, even though maybe you're thinking everything's cool and then like shit hits the fan. So just be cautious because I do think that there's going to be something that's pretty triggering for you this week that might send you into. I feel like somebody's trying to stop you. Somebody's trying to put the brakes on. Mm, there's the Sun. 2 of Wands reversed, the Devil, the Sun reversed. It feels like somebody's trying to stop you from moving ahead or something. Like but it feels a little intentional. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, me and this person are bidding on a house, you know, and this person just keeps overbidding me or whatever. It's like, no, this person, like, I don't know, you stole their man 10 years ago and they're still mad about it and you have no idea or so. So I don't know. You know, that's obviously a really stupid example, but it feels intentional. It's almost as if somebody is trying to get like whatever 3 steps you're taking, it's like they're trying to get you to take 3 steps back. Cuz you're moving fast with that 8 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Like you're going, and then someone's like, "Mm," right? And they like pull you by the back of your hair and they're just kind of like, "Huh? What?" You know? That's what it feels like to me. Tell me about that Devil. The 9 of Wands. I was just saying about the 9 of Wands. It feels like somebody doesn't want you to win. That's what it feels like. It's very funny that I just mentioned that 9 of Wands. Feels like somebody doesn't want you to win. So your advice is the Queen of Swords reversed, the Magician reversed, and the 7 of Pentacles reverse. What I want to say with this is, okay, so it was so funny. I was just watching an astrologer talk about this. But when you see something like, you know, like Pluto, Mars, Sun, T-square, where the Sun is at the focal point, right? This can be like someone trying to dim your shine, okay? In a way. And so now I don't know if like, I mean, for some of you, maybe you're doing this to somebody, okay? So if that's the case, don't do that, okay? But when it comes to what it is that you're trying to achieve and you feel clearly so motivated, you're excited about it, um, don't let somebody else's insecurity or manipulation allow you to doubt the reason why you started. don't allow them to make you feel like you have to go hide into a corner. It feels very much like you have a toy, that there's a toy that you want and you're trying to grab it, and there's another kid at daycare and they are trying to take it before you get it, or you know what I'm saying? They're hiding the rabbit stuffed animal from you in every cubby. Ha ha ha. So you can't get, you know what I'm saying? And so this is not a time for you to lose your shit, lose your cool, because you're allowing somebody else to plant a seed of doubt in your brain that shouldn't even be there. So it really helps to remind yourself of who you are, how you have lived and made it up to this point, how you're starting out with great motivation. Don't let some little shitbird turn around and, tie your shoelaces together when you're not looking and try to humiliate you in front of the school, right? And if so, oh well. So understand that everything that you need to create or go after what it is that you want, you have it. You already have it inside of you with that magician, but somebody doesn't want you to know that you have it. And you're wasting your time believing them. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Let's go ahead and do Libra. Actually, if you guys don't mind, let me just grab a water really fast. One sec. I'm going to pee really quick as well, so just give me a second. All right, you guys, thank you so much for waiting. Oh, Karen, I didn't even see that you became a member. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for becoming a dragon, Karen. That means the world to me. Okay, Libra, let's see what's going on here. Okay, you're in the energy of the Seven of Wands this week. I love that. Oh, I know what's going on here. Judgment. Nine of Pentacles for your advice. Ooh, I don't want to say you don't need anybody, but I feel like for some of you, you have used another person's approval or other people's approval, or somebody specifically maybe, or some level of validation, or it's like before you make a decision, you're like, is this okay? I don't want to hurt your feelings, or something like that. And I feel like this is a time for you to act more independently. I think that with that Seven of Wands there, you can be in this process where you're needing to stand up for yourself and you're needing to kind of stand alone. And it can feel like you're at a point where you've reached some level of success And now you have, so funny. I feel like all of the readings are piggybacking off of each other. This reminds me of what I was talking about in Virgo's read, where like somebody was trying to take a toy from Virgo because they just didn't want them to have it or whatever. So I feel like you've already got, you have the toy, and somebody's trying to take it from you, so to speak. You've had some level of success, and now people want something to do with you, right? Or now people are interested in something that you have to say, or now people are, but it seems like a little, it seems like there's some jealousy happening. And you seem to be getting the, what is it, the brunt? Is that what it's called? The brunt of that? And so I think that there's a big decision that you're needing to make. And it may feel like a lot of pressure. It may feel very transformative, but it really is about you and nobody else. And I feel like that's why that Nine of Pentacles is here to tell you to choose yourself. Speaking of choices, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, see? Five of Wands. What I want to say with this is it's almost like you're on a mechanical bull, okay? And you're holding on tight, okay? And you've already won this bastard a couple of times. And now it feels like you have somebody that's trying to knock you off, or you have somebody that's trying to compete with you, or you have some, well, I can, she wrote it for 8 seconds, or he wrote it for 8 seconds, I can write it for 9, or something like that. And somebody really is trying to knock you off your horse. But it's about if you're going to, or the bull, whatever, are you going to let them? Because if we're going from the Seven of Wands to the Five of Wands, we're going backwards. And that Two of Pentacles is in the middle. And if you look at traditional Rider-Waite on the Two of Pentacles card, this is not traditional Rider-Waite. If you look at the background of the Two of Pentacles, you'll see a very wavy ocean. It's like, holy crap. Like it's a little crazy, right? And you can see like a ship and it's like totally vertical, right? Like it's on its last leg. It's becoming the Titanic back there, right? So it's like we're handling something, but it's really chaotic. And it feels unstable. We're handling it, but maybe we're just kind of keeping the balls in the air, but we're sweating pretty bad. Our makeup's coming off here. Okay. And the Five of Wands, I want to warn you about, because it feels like somebody's trying to get you to get in your ego. And then that's where they got you. If this person can get you in your ego, they've already knocked you off your horse. Now you're down there with them. You're not riding that beautiful white stallion like Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones. No, you're down in the dirt with them, exactly where they wanted you. So keep your sovereignty this week and every week, but I get it. We're all human. What's that Moon reversed? Ace of Pentacles reversed. So you have the Judgment, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Moon reversed. Okay. Something is going to be revealed to you about some kind of missed opportunity. There was something that you missed, or something that was so very, very similar to Virgo's reading, but Virgo didn't have the toy yet. You already have the toy. Virgo didn't quite have it yet. So this is interesting. And like somebody in Virgo's reading was trying to, this is so weird. They're all like gelling, so creepy. Um, but in Virgo's reading, somebody was trying to take a toy that, or hide it before Virgo could get it, right? So like they were trying to stopping them from succeeding. You've already succeeded. And now somebody's trying to take that success, or somebody's trying to challenge that success, or right. And we need challenges in our life. It's what makes us strong ultimately, if we allow it not to break us. But there's something that has been taken from you before you got it, or maybe you did have it. And so there can be this fear of having it taken again. Okay. And it's about reckoning with that and understanding why that happened or why that wasn't supposed to work out and being okay that that just wasn't a part of your path, but this is now. And for others of you, it's you learning a secret about something that was taken from you. Like the best way I can, and it doesn't have to be anything like super cryptic, but you know, I'm a Venus and Scorpio after all. It can be like, maybe at an old job you worked at, you really wanted a promotion, and your best friend at the job was like, oh my God, wow, that's crazy. And you were like, yeah, like, are you going to apply? And they're like, oh no, like, I would never go up against you. And then, like, you find out that they did behind your back, which is like not a big deal, right? It's business, but it felt more personal. And then, but maybe you didn't know that at the time. And then, like, you ended up quitting your job and finding out that this person went behind your back and actually lied about getting the promotion, and then they actually got it, but even though that sucked, it's like you learned who was really your friend and who wasn't, who you could trust and who you couldn't. And I feel like it's something that you had intuited previously, which is like a lesson or it's encouraging you to act on that intuition that maybe you have ignored before. So, and I'm not saying it's that scenario. Whatever the scenario is for you, it's going to be different for all of you. Ooh. Oh, Karen, thank you so much. Yay, Deb. Thanks a lot, sweetheart. That means a lot to me. Deb, welcome to the Dragon family. Excuse me. All right, 1 second, Lori. So, for your advice, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Cups reversed. Wow. Talk about choosing yourself. Well, the Queen of Wands is Aries with respect to Pisces as well. It does have a deacon of Pisces. But the Queen of Wands is essentially Aries, okay? And the Queen of Wands, she chooses herself. She has an interesting backstory, but she's not afraid of her shadow. She's not afraid of who she is. But some people are. And I think this is about you being okay with who you are and being okay that people are going to be intimidated by you, being okay um, with shining, with owning who you are, with owning your power. And I feel like a lot of you had that before, but you may have felt as though you lost it somewhere. You didn't lose it. You just abandoned it at some point because somebody made you feel like you didn't have a right to be that when they were wrong. So, take the lead. Remember who you are. Stop giving a fuck about what everybody else thinks. Don't let them pull you off your horse just to be in the dirt with them. So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question with me during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis, or you can just click the link that is in the pinned chat in the comments. I mean, the pinned comment that is in the chat. Okay. Why can I just never say that? Oh my God. I need a massage so bad. Karen, man, Karen, you rock, girl. Thank you so much. Shout out to Karen. That is so awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Mojo, anytime. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Absolutely. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And Karen, thank you as well. You guys are so cool. Thanks. Oh, damn, Karmic Karen. Really? Well, you got a whole stellium. You missed all the ones. Oh, Mojo, did you do that? I'm so sorry. Mojo, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. That means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mojo. I'm so sorry I didn't see that. I was reading these damn cards. Oh, um, I'm sorry, bad lady vet. I don't mean to do that. Don't think I can hide it. All right, let's see. That damn moon in the first house. Okay, let's do Scorpio, shall we? All right, Scorpio, how you doing? Let's see what you have going on this week. Ooh, I love it. Okay, bringing up your little water sign friend here with Cancer, the Chariot. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is what's coming towards you. Four of Pentacles reverse for your advice. Well, I mean, you're certainly determined despite all odds. It feels like even something that you've been fearing, something that you've been afraid of, you're doing it now. You have your priorities in order from what it looks like to me. And whatever it is that has held you back, it doesn't seem to be holding you back anymore. I do want to say, with these two cards, for what you don't see coming in that Four of Pentacles in reverse, I think that like you're on the right track when it comes to moving forward and taking the initiative. What I will say is be cautious of overspending or taking too big of a risk or too big of a chance, especially with you, both of your rulers, Mars and Pluto, in an opposition to one another. This can definitely be a time where you're like, oh shit, you know, or you're met with some serious resistance, which is like, okay, it's okay, but it's this isn't like, oh, Venus opposes Jupiter, right? This is like Mars opposes Pluto. Okay. And you get it, okay? But just be cautious around your money and things like that and being too frivolous. Ooh, who do you think you are? Okay. Wow. What's that Six of Cups reversed? The Two of Cups. You are. We have the Chariot, the High Priestess, and the Six of Cups reversed. Clarifying the Six of Cups is the Two of Cups. There is a ooh, it's a very, I don't know why I'm getting this image, okay? Don't laugh at me. But I am kind of an internal vision kind of person. And I'm getting this vision of like it feels like the olden days, but it's really, really dark and it's not in a desert, but it's kind of in this vast land and it's just really, really dark and there's just moonlight. And I see this like this carriage, I guess you could say, and it's being pulled by a couple of horses. And I can't see the person on it, but it's like they're on some very quiet mission to like they have something in that carriage and I don't know what it is, but they do, and that's why they're traveling at night. And it feels like there's something feels like there's something that you carry or that you possess within you. And it feels like potential, but not just any kind of potential, like I can garden. No, it feels like potential that you can't always see. It's a very quiet power. It's but I don't feel like it was made easily. It doesn't feel like it was threaded from the finest silks. It feels like it was threaded from some trauma, from some rags. And you know that. But it doesn't make it any less beautiful. Oh, this is like, and there's such a grasp on this that you have on this protective part for yourself, about your the mixture that you have of your feminine and masculine energies, and it's almost as if you're able to integrate them so well and utilize them to the best of your ability. But there is a sorrow here. But that's how this power was created. And a lot of it is connected to love and childhood. I heard and beauty. Okay. I don't know. Maybe some of you are really hot or something, or maybe that's metaphorical. It's so interesting because some of you never quite grew up with that Six of Cups reversed, you know? And not saying like you're childish or anything, but like next to these cards, it's such an interesting card to be next to these two. It doesn't really feel as though it's a literal manifestation of something. It feels more otherworldly or more visionary or more 5D kind of thing. And I don't even really talk like that, but that's what it feels like. Anyway, I don't want to stay on that too long, but it feels so internal. Okay, I'm not going to stay on that. The Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Why am I getting mommy issues? The Queen of Pentacles reverse, the Five of Swords, the Six of Wands reverse. I do think you're going to be met with some resistance. It's like somebody is trying to, and I don't like to talk like this, okay? But I mean, especially you and Taurus with like your public image right now, okay? Especially if you're like a Scorpio rising, because it's happening in the 10th and the 4th house axis. But it makes me feel like somebody's trying to challenge your reputation or who you think you are or who you're showing yourself as or something like that. And I feel like it's coming from a place of insecurity, this person. It feels very slimy. Like it feels a little slimy. It feels passive aggressive. It feels a little calculated. Why? Why is this happening? The Five of Pentacles reversed. It can be around money. This person can be upset because they want access to you and they can't. You could have allowed someone back into your life that they don't agree with. It can be many different things. Um 5 and 5, a completion. There's a completion happening. What's that advice? Four of Pentacles reverse, Six of Swords, the Wheel of, let it go. Let it go. Someone wants, why are all of the readings like this tonight? Somebody wants what's in that carriage. It's telling you just to let it go. It's telling you not to even challenge it. Let it go. If you let it go, you're going to be glad that you did. That's not like a threat, but you'll be glad you did because that Wheel of Fortune is there. This is of having a higher perspective. Higher perspectives don't hang out in low places, right? So something to keep in mind. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question with me during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Damn it. Wrong deck. All right, there we go. Oh no, Karen. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Yay. Okay. 9 of Cups reversed. I think Cancer got that actually. 3 of Cups for what's coming towards you. The Strength for your advice. Gemini got that there, I believe. I mean, you look like you're a little down, maybe. You're not really getting something that you want, okay? For some of you, you're acting outright selfish, okay? Which we all can do that sometimes. But for others of you, you just really feel like you're not getting what you want. For others of you, you can be feeling down about something, and you may try to deal with it in ways that aren't necessarily healthy with you for you, and it can be asking you to hold back on those things. Now that 3 of Cups is here, which is what's coming towards you, so there can be an offer for a reconciliation, community, a vulnerable talk, because that's Mercury and Cancer. So somebody may even be offering to be a shoulder for you to lean on in some way. And if you feel like it would be conducive for your overall mental health or just to be able to vent, then I would take it. Okay. I'm almost getting like a don't tell all though, and I'm not really sure why. Like you don't need to say everything. Mm. 9 of Cups reverse, 2 of Pentacles reverse, 7 of Swords. Yeah, like I said, don't tell all, and I don't think that you are. Because that 9 of Cups reverse, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and that 7 of Swords in the upright, to me, this is you realizing that something isn't really working out. You're like, yeah, this isn't working out for me. I'm not getting something that I want. I'm not getting a wish fulfilled. I'm not getting a need met. And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse can be saying, well, yeah, that's because I bit off more than I can chew. And now I couldn't really commit to this thing fully, or I couldn't really take this on when I thought that I could. And it can just be really overdoing it in some way. And you're at this realization like, okay, I need to back up a little bit. 7 of Swords, though, it makes me feel like you're potentially trying to hide it, or you may be acting strategically in some way. Okay, to be able to, what is that 7 of Swords? Let's do that. Page of Cups reverse. You could be trying to avoid feeling, fucking sorry for yourself. Like, just be honest, right? You can be trying to avoid acting sorry for yourself. For others of you, okay, on the other side of things, you can be feeling, like piss in your pants. You can feel a little mopey. You can feel a little bit like Eeyore this week. And you can be trying to hide it through like, oh yeah, let's go out, let's get up, let's do body shots, right? Or yeah, I can overcommitting to things because you're trying to even avoid that you're feeling some kind of way, really. Okay, so be cautious with that because you can really cause yourself to burn out in a way that's not healthy. So don't avoid what you're feeling. Don't avoid it. Try to face it head on. Don't start overcommitting to things as a means to distract yourself out of what's really going on, because I can see for some of you kind of doing that, and I think we're all going to want to do that this week, quite frankly. So I get it. Okay. What's coming towards you? Ah, this is fabulous. Are you kidding me? Well, I can understand maybe why you would want to overcommit, because if all of this is coming towards you, I might take it all too. These look like great offers. For some of you, it really is about working together with people on a project, or working with people that hold you accountable, like friends. Come on, you said you were going to go to the gym this Monday, etc. I would definitely like lean on people that you know care about you. I would hold back from overdoing it though. Like, it's okay to take on opportunities. Just make sure that you're prioritizing yourself. Make sure that you are not biting off more than you can chew, because you're probably going to regret it and you're going to be like, ah, shit, I should have listened to Violetta. So try not. And I feel like that's probably coming from some kind of emotion, or you simply kind of feeling sorry for yourself about something. Or it's that for some of you, you get absolutely shit face wasted because you don't want to deal with an emotional problem. And then you wake up the next day realizing that the emotional problem hasn't really been resolved, but you still have the emotional problem and you look and you feel like shit. Right. So be cautious with that. What I love about this is there's an opportunity for you to do something that means something to you. It's an opportunity that's coming from a group of people, that's coming from a friend, that's coming from somebody that you have a good dynamic with. And it's the 8 of Pentacles. So it's a mastery of something, and it's going to lead to another opportunity. So for instance, if somebody is like, oh, come on, Sagittarius. Like, I always thought you were really, really good at, reading astrology. And, I was wondering, like, if I bought you, right, like this friend wants to buy you an astrology course or something like that. If I buy you that, like, will you read my chart for free, right? Or something like that. Okay. That's just an example because I live in this world. Okay. And then that can lead to more opportunities. So it may be something like that, but I would take these people or this person up on their offer, because it looks like something that could be very fortuitous for you. Just don't overcommit. Yeah, like I said, escapism or overcommitting once again is what I'm feeling. With that strength, High Priestess reverse and the Seven of Cups, this can be when we're spoiled for choice, when we have a lot of options. And we want to take those options. They look great, right? We don't really know what we're going to get out of each of these cups, but we know that the cups are present, and so it's really hard to turn it down. But that High Priestess in reverse, you can be having a hard time really listening to your intuition and wanting to overcommit, wanting to dip your toe in everything, when it may be asking you, hold back. Like, what does your heart say? Not to be corny, but what does your heart say? The strength is Leo. Leo is about the heart. Okay. So what does your heart say? Like, I know that my heart, when I'm like, what do I want to do? I'm always thinking about writing. Writing is always in my heart, in the back of my mind all the time. So what is that thing that's in your heart, in the back of your mind all the time? Go with that thing first. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Oh, she wasn't talking to me about gifting. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Capricorn. All right, Cappy. Oh, not another Eeyore of the group. Okay. 5 of Cups in your energy. The Knight of Wands for what's coming towards you this week. The Lovers for your advice. Oh, I love it. Look alive, Capricorn. You got a bright future ahead of you. And looking down at the ground is going to make you miss the sun. You know what I'm saying? So this is about you not listen, take your time. I don't know what you may be focused on this week. Maybe you're just thinking about the past. Maybe you're, missing somebody. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you're depressed. I mean, I don't know. I get it, but you have a lot to be grateful for. And I really want you to focus on what it is that you have to be grateful for. And then I want you to act on whatever that gratitude is. And with that lovers there, this is about making the choice based on whatever you already know your fundamental values are, like what aligns with who you are, and then decide upon that alone. That is what you should be making your choices around. That's what you should be focusing your choices around. So it seems like there's a little bit of sadness. The King of Cups, the Four of Swords reverse. Well, what's the Five of Cups? Why is that there? The Magician. Well, you're showing up as a masculine, okay? So if you're feminine, reverse it. But I mean, that Five of Cups, that King of Cups, and that Four of Swords reversed, I really feel like there's a very strong connection that you have to somebody. You can be very in love with someone. For some of you, you're even focusing on therapy. But what's really going on is you have already gone through maybe your own fuck ups in some way. So maybe you messed up a lot in the past. Guess what? So did I. So did everybody in this chat. So did every single person that's watching this video. Okay. And what you're doing is you're staying focused on some kind of perceived failure, or maybe it is a failure, instead of focusing on the lesson that you learned from it, which I feel like you have learned from it with that Four of Swords in reverse. I do feel like yes, maybe you're sad about, I got the Magician, so it can be that maybe you doubted yourself in the past and so you self-sabotaged. Maybe there was some manipulation in the past. Maybe you were manipulated. Maybe you fell for it. Maybe you were the manipulator. Whatever it is, I think that you had all of the tools in order to create the relationship, the reality, whatever it is that you wanted, but you may have allowed doubt to set itself inside of you and make a home there. And you can be very much focused on, well, I wish I would have done this differently, etc. But with that King of Cups and that Four of Swords reversed, you have all of the information that you need now. You're more mature now. You seem to have a good head and heart on your shoulders. And so I think that whatever you felt as though you couldn't handle in the past, you can handle it now. But it's not going to be handled, or it's not going to be changed by moping around and focusing on what you could have done different. It's just about being different now with the information that you have. What's that Ten of Swords? Hmm. Okay. Ooh. Some of you are quitting a job, or a job might quit you, okay? I'm not trying to freak anybody out. But when I see that Knight of Wands, right? I see that Knight of Wands, and he or she is walking towards that Ten of Swords. Okay, that's an ending. But what's on the other side of that ending? It's an ace. That's a new beginning. It's the most potent energy. All of the aces are the most potent energy, along with the pages, in my opinion, in tarot. And so, what's the Ten of Swords about? The Knight of Pentacles reversed. But we have a Knight of Wands in the upright, which tells me that there's a new approach that you're taking to an idea. There's a new approach that you're taking towards a conversation. And instead of leading with this like practicality, or you keep banging your head against the wall and realizing that nothing is working, you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. Not doing it. Never going to do it again. No thanks. And you're focusing on more so what you're passionate about, and you're leading with confidence and fun and excitement, as opposed to this the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, who's like, get a move on, dude, right? You're not moving at all. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse can be something that maybe you've been working on forever and it's just like not going anywhere and you're bored and like you care too much about what everybody thinks and you're being really critical about whatever this thing is. And it's like, you know what, fuck that, have fun, right? With that Knight of Wands to that Ace of Swords. So there can be somebody even coming towards you that is giving you a new outlook on life potentially, that's making you excited, that's being like, you know what, yeah, and helping you see the possibilities. Another ace again. I mean, come on, Capricorn. Like, choose love, baby. Choose love with that Lovers there. The Lovers, Ace of Wands. Some of you guys are getting laid, okay? But it can be telling you to, once again, go after the thing that brings you joy, the thing that brings you happiness. This is about making higher self decisions. And forgive me for the people that watch me all the time, but making a higher self decision is essentially thinking about the person that you love the most. Imagine that they come up to you, this person that you love the most, with the same problem that you may have in your life and asking you for advice. Whatever you would tell them is your higher self decision. So this is what you need to be doing. And the sun reversed makes me feel like it's bringing up this again. The times where you doubted yourself and you ended up sabotaging self, don't do that again. You don't want to mess up the Lovers with the Ace of Wands. Just be yourself, have fun. Don't start doubting yourself, getting in your own head about things, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You know where it will get you? In your head. Yeah, you guessed it. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Oh, thank you so much, Bad Lady Vet. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. That was very kind. Ooh, I am hungry. Okay. All right, let's do Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on for this week. Fixed signs are going to be feeling it this week. 2 of Wands for your energy. 10 of Wands for what's coming towards you. 9 of Wands for your advice. Wow, lots of fire energy for you this week, Aquarius. I'm not mad at it. You're doing something that's out of your comfort zone, which is not abnormal for you. So I like it. But there's a big decision that you're making, but you may feel like you need to leave something behind in order to follow the new thing. I think that it may be a lot more responsibility, or there might be a lot more to it than you probably think. But with that 9 of Wands, it's asking you to fight for it. It's telling you that something isn't going to be easy, but usually something easy isn't always worth keeping. That's why I hate it when people are like, oh, you know, they say, just go with the current or something. And sometimes that applies, but then also people will be like, well, don't take the easy way out. You know, I don't know, just something silly. I mean, I get it, but so let's see that 2 of Wands. Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, I mean, you're realizing that you don't trust something, you know, and it's putting you in distress, and you're like, yeah, fuck this. I don't really like this feeling. The Chariot. You're doing so bravely. You got double Cancerian energy here, which I really, really like. So you're doing something that's scaring the crap out of you. And it's probably scaring you because you're so emotionally attached to it. And and that can be scary, even for an air sign, right? That can be scary when you're so attached to something or someone and you're like, yeah, I don't trust this and this makes me feel bad about myself. And you're realizing that you have to choose yourself. And so I think that that scares you, but you are moving forward and you're doing so successfully. You're having a victory. You're choosing the path either that's less traveled or that you usually wouldn't choose. And so because of that, you're probably going to get a different result than you have been getting. Why is that Queen of Cups reversed? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. It can be this is either a same-sex relationship or this can be around like a friendship. This can be just you. And it can be a lot about, how do I put this? It can be a lot about like for some of you, it's been like your perspective of yourself, which has caused you to either fall short on your self-care, stop focusing on the things that matter to you, whatever it is that has made you insecure. It's almost as if you've been making decisions around that insecurity, which has caused you to lose this trust that you once maybe had with yourself. And a lot of that times that comes from external influences that can cause us that self-doubt in some way. So that's why we have to be stronger than it. But whatever it is, it seems like you're getting ready to turn that around. So for instance, if you guys have not been, it can be something as simple as usually when I'm sad, I, just fall into my room and I eat a bunch of ho-hos and I really don't take care of myself and the house is a mess. And you're like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that, because it's done is it's caused self-hatred. It's caused you to not trust yourself anymore. Oh, like this is how I'm going to treat myself every time the world treats me like shit. Wow, that makes sense. So now you're kind of like, I need to do something different because this clearly isn't working for me. And so you are taking the path less traveled by you, which is going to change you and it's going to change your external reality, but it's because you want to change you. But it's scary because change is scary, especially for a fixed sign. Ten of Wands, the Moon reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed. What's that Moon reversed? The Justice reversed. There's a fear that I think you've been avoiding for a while. And I do believe it's around responsibility. And I don't know if it's responsibility for yourself, responsibility for others. Maybe you've been applying responsibility to yourself for others for too long. And now it's worn you out. And you're like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I mean, I don't know what it is. But there's going to be a moment where you're going to have to decide, and you are deciding because it's something that can't be avoided anymore. It's something that you've suppressed. It's something that you've tried to ignore. It's something that has caused you to really lose balance in your life and your mind and your body and your soul and your heart, whatever that may be. And now we're done with this. And what's creating this change? The Two of Cups, love. That'll do it. That'll fucking do it, honey. That'll do it. So, maybe it's like going through a breakup and you're like, yeah, I'm going to show them, I don't know. But things are going to start changing and you're going to start rebuilding that relationship with yourself. If I'm going to be honest with you, for some of you as well, you're going to learn something that you may learn something where you have been treated unfairly and you're going to have to make a decision around it. And it may not be super easy. Okay. It may not be super easy. Wow. You have the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and you have the Temperance. So if this is your advice, I mean, I kind of want to say like something shouldn't be this hard. I mean, I don't think that good things always come easy, but I think that there's something in your life that really shouldn't be that hard, even if it's like choosing yourself. And some of you, it's really about putting up these boundaries in order to have the love that you want, to be able to invite the love that you want in, and to know when to shut the door on love that you don't want. And that can also be around yourself. And it can be around needing to be disciplined. Because this is a last push towards some kind of level of independence, of you needing to kind of fight that last battle a little bit, just so you can stop throwing yourself in the mud. And I feel like you are succeeding and you will succeed. But if you want peace, I mean, like, how long do we need to fight for peace before we just shut the door on whatever the hell it is we're fighting, and realizing that once we shut the door, oh, wow, what does that sound? Peace, bitch, right? Sometimes that needs to happen as well. And sometimes that can be of the mind, sometimes it can be of the heart, but really it's about the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. And it really sucks because that's just how simple it actually is a lot of the time. It's really about the decisions that we make. And I look in my life a lot on how I got to where I am and how it has been really difficult. 9.5 times out of 10, I got myself here by the decisions that I made. And that is the shitty truth about it. Right? It'd be so easy to just be like, oh my God, this happened to me. And it does happen. Okay. Like, like my dog Guinness dying. Like, okay. Like, that's not my fault. Right. Um, but other things, putting myself in really stupid situations or whatever it is, like, there's a way around it. So I just want to say there's decisions that you can make that will make your life easier, and you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe I didn't do this the entire time, because this is about decisions. 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords reverse, Temperance. So, and some of you, it's about needing to find peace in a relationship or a family dynamic. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Pisces. Ooh, Hierophant. Okay, Taurus got this. Knight of Cups for what's coming towards you. I'm not mad. Judgment reversed for your advice. I heard be honest. I mean, you're definitely in this, I feel like you're sure of yourself this week. You're standing on solid ground is what I want to say. You have the key is also another thing that I want to say. I'm not sure what that means. You have the key to something. Freedom, peace, I'm not really sure. Whatever it is, you're standing on business. I think that you have some kind of love situation coming in this week, and it looks good. You know, it looks good. It can also be something creative as well. You don't seem to, you seem to be immovable, unshakable this week, is what I'm getting with that. But that judgment in reverse tells me that there's more that needs to be said. There's a big decision that needs to be made. There's a reckoning that needs to be had. There's a reckoning with the past. Instead of just sitting in one place, you're needing to answer the call. You're needing to make the big decision, the life-altering decision. I almost want to say, you'll never be ready if you keep saying, I don't know if I'm ready or I'm not ready. It's almost like you guys are waiting for what? I don't know what you're waiting for. Five of Wands reversed. The Ten of Pentacles. Damn. Some of you guys are already in a relationship, okay? Or maybe you happen to get one in one this week. But I mean, the Five of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, this couldn't be more earth signy, okay? Maybe you guys have some earth placements, but there's money here. There's value here. There's stability. There's legacy. There's comfort. There's learning. There's spirituality. And there's peace. Five of Wands reversed. You don't seem to be interested in any kind of drama, any kind of BS, anybody's emotional upheavals. You are built. I don't even want to say you're building. Like, you are built. Like, even if it hasn't manifested into your external reality, you are built for whatever you are attempting to build. It feels like it's already in you. Like, you have it. It's almost like you could just reach inside yourself and plop it on the table. There it is. And you don't seem to be making time for any dilly-dally. You know, like, you're not dilly-dallying around. You are staying on the straight and narrow, at least this week from what I'm seeing. What's that Five of Wands reverse? Just curious. The World reverse. There may be maybe some unfinished business that you're not interested in addressing. You're like, yeah, no, I'm good. I already kind of have my happy ending here, or I know what I want, or I know what I have. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't want a taste of that. I don't want to bring that back. Maybe that's what that judgment in reverse is. Maybe you are taking the advice already. Let me see. Oh. There's a lot of court cards here, Pisces. And I don't know if this is a bunch of different people, but for some of you, if you're interested in money, love, creativity, offers, maybe you join a writing group. Maybe there's somebody here that's sexually attracted to you. Maybe somebody's trying to offer you a job, something like this. So for some of you, there can just be a lot of people around you this week. Okay. And they can come in love form. They can come in like a superior. Okay. But there's a Page of Pentacles in reverse here that I want to clarify. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So there can be somebody here who, like another person, like a third person in your life that is wasting your time. And they can be talking a big game, or they can be doing this like future faking when they're really not investing. And I feel like you're going to spot it out anyway. Especially because you're showing up as the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, okay, buddy, we see the fake Rolex, or, you know, I'm not saying that's what it is. But it just seems like you have a lot of people around you. Besides that Page of Pentacles in reverse, which I'm not really too worried about. I love the Knight of Cups with the King of Wands here. That's romance. That's attraction. It just feels good. It just feels good. Besides that Page of Pentacles in reverse. Is this all the same person? Yes. Oh. Well, that might change things a little. So it seems like this is all the same person. Oh, no, it's not. The Three of Pentacles. No, it's not. Okay. So, yeah, just seems like a lot of people. A lot of people going on. It looks good, though, besides the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Could be a younger earth sign, so just be cautious. Judgment reversed, Ace of Cups, the Fool. Okay. What are you asking them to do with that judgment? Okay. Yeah, I think when it comes to the past, I usually I would not say that for the judgment in reverse usually. Usually I feel like something needs to be dealt with in the past. But with this, with the Ace of Cups, the Fool, I feel like there's so much new energy here. I don't really think that you're needing to associate with something or someone from the past anymore in any capacity, because I don't even think that it fits your higher calling or what it is that you're doing now, or even who you are now, or what you're setting out to do. So if you get involved with that again, is what I want to say, with that Judgment reverse, Five of Swords in reverse, you will find yourself back in some kind of mental exhaustion, which I don't think you're going to be interested in. So what this is telling you is that Ace of Cups and the Fool, focus on new. Do something out of the box. Have fun. Go on a journey. Go on a vacation. Start a creative project. Open yourself up to love. Open yourself up to affection. Open yourself up to new challenges and things like this. You know, have that be light this week. Be as light as you can. Don't carry all of that crap with you. I don't feel like you're interested in carrying it with you anyway. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty. Oh, guys, I am freaking sick. All right. Let me go ahead and answer Mason real quick. Mason, what is Lee not telling me, yo? The Four of Pentacles in reverse. What is this? The Eight of Cups in reverse. Something that this person let go of seems to be coming back around. Okay. It can be something financially, or it can be a person. That's what that looks like to me. Thank you, Mason. Sorry, that was pretty straight to the point. All right, let's see here. Wonderful. Did it really just do that? Okay, thank God. I was about to be so mad. All right, we're just gonna put K for this. Okay, just put K for this first super chat for me, Lori, and I'm not gonna read it out loud. Oh my God. I will have to do some kind of tutorial. I will have to do some kind of tutorial. I don't use eyelash curlers. Um, I'll definitely do a little tutorial for you. That's so cute. Okay, let me see. With the Six of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords, this person seems like they're hurting a little. They can be looking at something from an immature or a bit of a childish perspective, which can be hurting themselves more. Okay. It doesn't mean that they're crying in the corner of their room, listening to SZA at 3 o'clock in the morning with a bottle of whiskey, drowning in their sorrows or anything. But there seems to be something that they're sad about in regards to either childhood, or it's just that they have like a more immature perspective of something which is causing more pain. So it seems like they're just, the action that they're taking, they just seem to be hurting. Six of Pentacles reversed to Five of Pentacles. Well, I like two sixes here regardless, even though they're reversed, but it feels like this person may get nervous, pull their energy back, be careful of them taking advantage or something like that. But that Five of Pentacles makes me, there's a wound here. There's like an abandonment wound, or there's a fear, there's a deep-seated fear. But I don't really see any great action. It feels more of like a pullback or a fear. Let me get one more. I'm going to pull one for Page of Wands. So once again, it's more of a childish perspective. You may get like a message or something with that Page of Wands, but it doesn't feel like there's a big giving of this. It's just like, hey, you know what I mean? But it's something. Thank you so much, Kay. I love you. That's so funny about the eyelash curler. Then we have Jake Johnson. Hey, Violetta. Hey, girl. Hey, I've been studied your transits and I'm your next plot twist. No, thanks. I've had enough of those this year. JK, I hope you're feeling better and wishing you the best yet to come. Okay, my question is, how does my Scorpio Venus influence the way I express love? I don't know if you want me to pull cards on that or if you want me to just tell you. It depends on the other aspects it's making, but Venus doesn't do very well in Scorpio. It doesn't mean that it's a bad placement per se, but Venus wants balance and harmony and softness and lightness and all of those good things, right? And Scorpio is like death and sex and taboo and scary shit and like Hades, okay? So imagine an angel kind of being dragged through hell, right? Trying to offer her love to monsters. That's what it can feel like. So, Venus can tend to, she can either succumb to this kind of energy and become the monster herself, or she will sometimes act like a savior, or she will become possessive of the monsters that possess her. And being a Venus and Scorpio myself, I have found that to be true. But it is very intense. It's a very intense energy. And in its ugliest state, it can be very jealous, possessive, crazy. I dated Venus and Scorpio that kidnapped me and held me at gunpoint. Okay. Um, and got my name tattooed on their neck, by the way. But the higher side of Venus, now that's very extreme, but it's very possessive, can be very jealous, things like this. The positive side of Venus is Scorpio. These will be people that will never forget you. Okay. People that you date, people that you love, they'll never forget you, good or bad. But in the positive light, you can be very loyal, very devoted. Ride and die. Not even a ride or die like Venus and Aries, a ride and die. Okay. All in. So, but you have to be cautious with this of getting to, forgetting where you begin and another person ends and vice versa with that. But it can be a very beautiful placement if healed properly. But Venus here can feel very much like an outsider, like she does not belong. Thank you so much, Jake. Ride and you will die. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago. I was really young. All right, let's see here. We have my beautiful Delilah. All right, Delilah. Hello, Violetta. I've met this guy yesterday. His name is Jacob. So far, he's cool and I like him, but he works with my child's father. So my question is, would my baby's dad feel some type of way or cause problems if we start messing with each other? Let me see. How will the baby's father react? The Tower. Well, I hate to break it to you. Okay, give me one more. The Death. Alrighty. Can you just not do it? Or can you just not tell him? Because this looks pretty bad. This would be somebody who would absolutely create chaos intentionally and may even attempt to ruin the relationship or worse. That is not a good energy. Let me give you advice. The 9 of Pentacles reversed, the 3 of Wands reversed. What I want to say is, like, don't feel like you need to prove something. Don't try to make anybody jealous. I'm not saying that you're doing that, but don't do those things. Don't feel like, well, we have to do this now, or I have to be with this person now. Try not to rush things. Try to give it time, in my opinion. Okay. But I feel like this is telling you to focus on yourself, if I'm being honest, and kind of like explore. I don't think that you should make decisions based around fear all the time, especially regarding like, your baby's dead. Like, I don't know the situation. I don't know if it would really be his business or not. I don't know the situation, but that looks diabolical. So I would focus on yourself right now, in my opinion. Okay. Thanks a lot, Delilah. Please be careful. My goodness gracious. Um, Deb, did someone put a curse on me? What does Spirit want me to do next? No, I just think you're in your head. Nine of Swords in reverse. It can be where we're really internalizing some kind of worry or some kind of insecurity that hasn't really happened. It can be like um it can be a bit of like a mental dark night of the soul kind of thing, but I feel like you're more supported than you think. I do think that I don't want to invalidate your potential reality, but it does feel like it's more so in your head. I don't think that you have anything to worry about, at least in regards to that, okay? Let me see what Spirit wants you to do next. Eight of Swords. So, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, interesting. So, the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison, essentially. And so, basically, you can think of the Eight of Swords like somebody who um unlocks a jail cell, puts themselves on the other side of it, closes the door, locks it, puts in the key, and they're like, I'm in here, guys. You know, what am I gonna do? Well, you are going to pull the key out of your pocket and you're going to unlock that door and you're going to get out. So there's something where you believe that you're stuck, but it's self-imposed. It's not actually real. There's actually a way out of it. And you have the key. You've had the key the entire time. And this can sometimes represent somebody who has a decision that they need to make, but there was a refusal to make it. There's a refusal to make the decision because they don't like the options. So that can be it as well. So it can be telling you you're not actually stuck. You just think that you are. Thanks a lot, Deb. What the hell did I just do? Okay, great. All right, we have Taylor Miller. Should I reach out to clear the air with Ryan, or is the energy ugly enough? I just be upsetting myself by doing so and should remain detached. Context, I don't understand why he went silent. Considered him a friend despite everything. Hope that makes sense. Thank you, V. You're welcome. No problem. Let me see. Okay, how would Ryan react if Taylor contacted him? Is that Queen of Swords supposed to be Taylor? Hmm. So you have the Queen of Swords reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Wands reverse. It makes me feel like this is somebody who would maybe ice you out a little bit. This could be somebody who would be very prideful in a way, kind of acting like they came out on top, maybe blocking you out and attempting to get your attention in other ways. So for instance, it can be something like, oh, yeah, I see that they DM'd me on Instagram, but I'm not going to DM them back. I'm going to post I don't know, a shirtless picture of myself with a bunch of bitches to make myself look good because I know they're going to see it. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it feels like that in some way. Um, and it can be because there's a fear of something that you're going to say, but it feels more of a block, or it feels more of um, I don't know how to explain it, a hesitation almost, or a silence even. Why did this person go silent? King of Swords, Knight of Swords. They may have felt like they had to make a logical decision for some reason. There could have been something they either found out, or they could have been speaking to somebody else. The King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. This is like, okay, we're deciding to take action on, well, Clearly not on a conversation with you because they're not talking to you. So then who are they talking to? Because the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords is communication. But it can also be that, they felt like they had enough information and they just didn't like what they knew. It can't be like that. So there can be kind of a severing of the heart space in a way and making more head over heart decisions. Let me see your advice. Oh, goodness, the devil. Oh, my goodness. The star reversed. Oh, yikes. Um, you know, I kind of want to say, like, if this is that person, you may have dodged a bit of a bullet. This can be somebody who uses people. And what I mean by that with the devil and the King of Pentacles in reverse, this can be somebody who, like, oh yeah, you want to be together, and then you're like, oh yeah, sure. And you start dating them, and a week later, they're like, oh, you want to move in. And it's really just because they can't pay the bills by themselves. It can kind of be like that. But this person seems to be pretty unhealed. I think in one way or another, we're all pretty unhealed, but this person is unhealed to the point where they may end up doing damage to others because of it. So I want to say, like, don't get too stuck on this. I know that's easier said than done. I really do understand this, but please try to focus on your own power, your own sovereignty, focus on your money, things like that. Focus on the things that you have to share with the world, as opposed to sharing it with this person, for now at least. Okay. Thank you so much, Taylor. Sorry, no, it's probably not the answer that you wanted to hear. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We have Christina. Hello, beautiful. Just showing some support and love your way. Thank you. Anything you can tell me about my life, mission, purpose in this lifetime? Thank you a million. You're welcome. Let me see. The Page of Swords reversed, the Hangman reversed. So the Page of Swords, in regards to life purpose, in combination with the Hangman. First of all, the Page of Swords can be somebody who's a writer, a teacher, social media, editing, broadcasting, podcasting, something to do with writing or social media, something to do with the mind. Okay. So whether it's like you're creating courses online, something like that, but it's mixed with the Hangman. The Hangman is Neptunian, so this can be very creative, right? Maybe you're writing screenplays. Maybe you are doing some acting on YouTube. Maybe you are writing blogs about addiction, right? Neptune can be about addiction. Maybe you are helping people with mental health. Maybe you have something in regards to mental health. So it's something in regards to the mind mixed with a Neptunian flair, can still be mental. It can still be mental health. It can be addictions. It can be very creative. So it can be something in that realm. Tell me more about that Page of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Wands reversed. Ooh, the Hanged Man in reverse, clarified by the Empress. Um, I think that it can be that you're here to give perspective to others about something regarding standing up for oneself or maintaining some level of confidence, maintaining some level of success. And this is through a sense of self-worth. The Empress mixed with Neptunian energy to me is the higher octave of Venus, because the Empress is essentially Venus because it's Taurus with respect to Libra as well. So Venus can be about beauty, self-worth, self-value, empowerment of women, things like that. And the Empress is very, very creative. And so then when you put Venus with Neptune, Neptune rules Pisces, co-rules Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So it's making me feel like it's something that's very creative with a touch of communication or writing, blogging, podcasting, teaching, something like that. Okay. Thank you so much, Christina. I hope that that helped. We have Wander Tarot. Hi, Wander. It's nice to see you. What do I need to know about Michael? We had some breakthroughs regarding intimacy this past weekend. Okay. Four of Wands. He wants a relationship. Like I think he is wanting that. He wants this. He wants the fun. He does want the romance. He wants to be able to kind of let loose. The Hermit reversed. There can be I'm getting a weird thing, like, he's tried to let loose or he's tried to, kinda let his I don't know if his freak flag fly, I guess, but there's almost this element of he felt like he was expected to show up in a certain way in life or to a father figure or to a parental figure, to an uncle or something. But I don't think that he wants to be in his shell. I think that he needs somebody that can bring him out of that. But it seems like he has a hard time. Yeah, he wants somebody like this, the Queen of Wands. He wants somebody he can have fun with, somebody who may even take the lead in some way. The Queen of Wands is the leader. She's the leader. She's the, she doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And he may care too much about what people think to an extent. So he may feel like he needs a woman that's going to encourage him to not care so much. Because that Hermit in reverse can like really be in her head, and I feel like that's what he wants. But he's like a scared child. I asked who he really is, and I got the Four of Cups in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse with the Page of Wands. I feel like he's had a lot of disappointments or he's disappointed a lot of people, which has essentially discouraged him. So he's looking for a Queen of Wands, but who he is a Page of Wands. So I think that he has a lot of growing to do, in my opinion. I think that maybe he sometimes isolates himself out of. So it may be this energy of where he's like, well, if I just isolate myself or I don't get too close or associate, then I won't be disappointed. And, it's difficult to live like that, right? But I am getting a little air of immaturity sometimes here. But he wants somebody that's going to turn him into a King of Wands, I think. That's why he wants a Queen of Wands, but that's why he is a Page of Wands and he wants the Queen of Wands. Your advice: Ace of Cups, the Empress reverse, the Three of Wands. Don't wait for permission to be valuable or to be valued or for somebody to tell you that you're valuable. You should already know that within self. And I think that you have a lot of love to give with that Ace of Cups. I think you're probably a very creative, very beautiful woman, very beautiful person with a lot to give. And I think that people know that about you. And people may try to rob you for everything you have because of it. Because maybe they feel like you don't see your worth. Okay, whether that's true or not. So you can be loving, you can be hopeful, you can show up with love, absolutely, with that Ace of Cups. That's your advice. But the Empress in reverse is saying, not too much, not too quickly. Sometimes you gotta wait for your ships to come in, so to speak. Put it out there, wait for it to come in, kind of thing. Don't go chasing it down for a day old wiener. You know what I mean? From 7-Eleven. Thank you, Wander Tarot. I appreciate you, baby. Alrighty. Oh, we got Day. So Dey, because she just knows I can't say her name because I'm an idiot. So hi, Day. It's nice to see you again. What should I expect from Chad the Libra? Let's see. What should she expect within the next couple of weeks from Chad? 7 of Wands in reverse, 10 of Swords reverse. He can be focused on some kind of ending or not letting something go from the past that's kind of making him feel like a dog with his tail between his legs kind of thing, kind of like defeated, defenseless. It seems like he's not really maintaining what he has, or he's not really fighting for what he has. It feels like he's kind of taken that way out, but it just can be because he's dealing with something from the past that's irritating. What's that 10 of Swords reversed? The 7 of Pentacles. He could have felt like an investment went badly for him. So whether it's actually a financial investment, whether you guys had a breakup, something like that, but something seems to, there may also be something he's holding on to, he's been invested in for a while that's not really bearing fruit. Yeah, Magician reverse, which is causing more self-doubt. It just seems like a lot of self-doubt. It seems like a lot of like a dog with his tail between his legs. So I'm not getting much action from him. If anything, I'm getting kind of I don't want to say a pity party, but it's like someone with their tail between their legs for whatever reason. Thanks a lot, Day. Oh, day times 2. And we got day times 3. Okay. What does Chad think of me? He may feel like you guys either A, had a missed opportunity, or he may feel like you guys will have a missed opportunity. And he may feel like that because you're either, now listen, this is just his perspective. This doesn't mean it's the truth, okay? He may feel like you're either jealous or you're angry or you're insecure or you're really pissed off at him about something. And he may feel like that's either why you guys had a missed opportunity or this is the reason why there's going to be a missed opportunity for some reason. Okay. Thank you, Day. And now we got day times 3. Does Chad have real feelings for me? Let me see. Okay. The 8 of Swords reversed with the 10 of Wands and the Temperance card. So I think that he feels, so on the good note, he feels like you guys have created something together that he enjoys. And I think that he truly does feel at peace with this connection a lot, but he does feel like you're either a lot to handle or the connection within itself is a lot to handle. But I think that that doesn't scare him away. I think if anything, he's afraid to lose it or he is afraid of a missed opportunity in some way. So it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever seen the show Yellowstone. It reminds me of Rip and Beth. And, you know, and I'm not saying that this is you, but it just reminds me of like his feelings. Like Beth is a real shit talking, not scared of anybody. She's really out there, you know, and he's more like this strong, you know, he doesn't, he can handle her. He's the only one that can handle her. Let me put it like that. And so that's kind of what I'm getting with this. But let's see what else. He feels like you guys have either, 3 of Swords reversed, the 8 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. He either feels like you guys have really overcome some hurdles or are currently overcoming some hurdles. If there has been any miscommunications, if there has been any block communications, if there's been any misunderstandings, I feel like he wants to fix it. I feel like he wants to overcome those misunderstandings. So this to me is really positive because it shows me that even though there's problems here, maybe, whether there's actually physical problems or just in his head, there's a will and there's a way in his heart. So I feel like he wants to go forward with it. Your advice for this, the 5 of Wands reverse, the Devil reverse, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. I'm almost getting like a think before you act with this. So if you guys have like been arguing or, you know, if there's something that even triggers you, right? Like maybe you guys don't really argue, but let's say this is just an example. Let's say that you kind of have, you're kind of like a hair trigger, okay? And you can easily react when you're upset. It's asking you to pause. It's asking you to be aware, have a conscious thought before you act towards or because of whatever it is that you're feeling. So it's asking you to delay a reaction and respond as opposed to react, is what I'm getting with this. Thank you so much, Day. I really appreciate your support, and I hope everything works out well. I know you've been talking about that damn Libra. All right. We have NAC, NAC for my timestamper, Lori. I don't want to just call you a timestamper like you're some freaking peasant in the dirt. My beautiful, wonderful mod, Lori. All right, we have NAC. Whatever I need to know about Nyasha Virgo's love life. Thanks. Just like in general about their personal love life. Okay. What I need to know about my Nyasha Virgo love life. Okay, I'm just going to wing it because I think Nine of Cups, the Fool. This person seems to be content with where they are, with what they have. So I don't know if they're in a relationship with you or what they're doing, but whatever they're doing in regards to their love life, they seem to be pretty content. They do seem to be focused more on self than like a relationship per se, but they seem to also be traveling light. And because they're content in their life right now and with who they are, they seem to be willing to open themselves up more to adventure in regards to their love life. Like they may be wanting to take an opportunity with you, with someone. The Knight of Wands, the Lovers, damn. So this is a lot of passion. There seems to be either it's not just a crush. It seems like something bigger than that. It seems like something that is not only passionate but deeply, deeply intimate and built on some foundation that aligns with who this person is. So I don't know if this is you. I don't know if you're just like asking for this person. If this person is like totally single, there can be somebody coming towards them. They may be going towards another person. It just really depends, but it all looks very, very positive for this person. Thanks a lot, Knack. I really hope that helps. I hope I answered it right. Carissa, what was Mike's reason for hiding his separation from me? Feel better. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Could have been to do with children. Could have just been, well, let me see. Tell me about that Page of Cups reversed, the Tower reversed. This person may have not been fully letting this person like go. Um, Okay, so it could have been a little manipulative in some way, still kind of opening themselves up to this person, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. Okay. Because that Nine of Wands in reverse can sometimes talk about when we're like, oh, well, we'll just kind of leave the door open to something. We'll let our guard down. We'll let the armor off. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that tower there in reverse, it could also be not wanting to lose. Now, if you're like, yeah, no, they're not interested in that person at all, they could have felt like the separation would have veered you away or scared you away from them. So they may have felt like they had to manipulate the situation a little bit to try to get you to give in to something. Seven of Swords. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, Carissa, it doesn't look pretty, you know? And I hate to say that, right? But that Seven of Swords, that Justice reverse, and that Hermit reverse, he knew exactly what he was doing. Let me put it like that. The Seven of Swords is when we are intentionally hiding something or trying to get away with something. Well, trying to get away with what? The Justice in reverse. Once again, a bad decision, intentionally doing something that is either unjustified, unwarranted, or not okay. And it can be because of some kind of paranoia about being found out or something like that with that Hermit reversed. Let's see your advice for that. Two of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups reverse. I don't feel like this person is a King of Cups. I feel like this person is a Knight of Cups posing as a King of Cups at times. So why do I say that? Because when I see cards like this, so if this is your advice, right, it can be saying like, okay, you can believe some of what you see, believe nothing of what you hear. The King of Cups in reverse can be somebody who will absolutely tell you anything that you need to hear in order to get some kind of need met. Okay. So it can be love bombing you in order to get in your pants. It can be telling you a beautiful fantasy future faking story in order to get you to spend money on them. I don't know. That's usually King of Pentacles. So, right. So the King of Cups in reverse, I mean, it's Scorpio. So, it can be kind of based around some kind of sexual interest. Um, I want to say with that two of swords, don't blind yourself to your intuition. Don't blind yourself to a decision that you may need to make. Don't blind yourself to the decision that they made either, because I feel like that's where the key is. Okay. Thanks a lot, Carissa. I hope everything works out. I hope you're okay. Oh God, this week is gonna be something. This week is gonna be something. All right, let's see here. Cassie. So my impulsive ass might have walked out of my job last week. My God. Oh my God, Cassie. Okay. Yeah, I know. The Scorpio moon and Leo Mars ain't for the week. Damn, girl. I didn't know you had all that. I'm getting in the shit frame of mind at the moment. Advice or whatever I need to know, please. Sure. I said, well, what can she expect? Well, exactly what she asked for, the death with the Six of Wands in reverse. So you may not have somebody or people may not have the best perspective of you right now in the moment, or just a person in general, because of something that ended. I think I almost want to say it kind of maybe needed to, because the death is something that like needs to change. It needs to end, or something needs to change. And it can be around the way that you perceive success or what you find success to be. So the King of Wands and the Six of Cups. If you have a friend at this time, like especially a masculine, maybe a Leo, but if you have like a masculine friend that you can kind of lean on right now, I would do that. Not in that way. I mean, maybe, but that King of Wands can just simply be you, and it can be telling you to be confident in your decisions, yes, but you're needing to take action, specifically around your gifts, your talents, your skills, your abilities. But the Six of Cups can be more like the gift that you were born with, so to speak. Okay. And the King of Wands is confident in his decisions, and he continues to make decisions through his level of confidence. It doesn't mean that he doesn't make mistakes, but he's going to continue to get up on that horse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what it's asking you to do. So, what is the thing that you do best with the least amount of effort? And this can also be telling you to focus on some entrepreneurial, I hate that word, endeavor, okay, with that King of Wands, because he's an entrepreneur. He's a self-starter. He does his own thing. And so what could that thing be? Thanks a lot, Cassie. Good luck, girl. Anya, hey girl, hey, I've been stressed with just work overload. Any advice the cards have for me? Absolutely. Let me see. The Four of Wands, the Queen of Cups. So the Four of Wands and the Queen of Cups, this can be, yes, it can be telling you to like go out, try to have some fun. Obviously easier said than done, right? And I don't really know if during the Mars Pluto opposite, I mean, that's this weekend, so maybe this week, but this may be telling you to go out, try to have some fun, let loose a little bit, especially in regards to something that warms your heart, makes you feel emotionally comfortable. This can also be telling you to maybe spend time with a partner, or spend time in the home with your family or with people that you love, because it's probably going to do you a very big service, potentially more than you think. Okay. Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Wands reversed. So this is telling you that the fature, what the fuck is the fature? The fortune favors, I'm sorry, I'm losing steam here. Fortune favors the bold. So the thing that you're afraid to do, or the thing that you're afraid to take a risk on, you need to do that thing. And it may mean that you have to leave something else behind, but it's probably going to be worth it. I feel like you may have been doing something the same for a really long time now, and what you're not realizing is that difference, or that change that you so desperately need or desire, is on the other side of the decision that you're too afraid to make. Thank you, Anya. Alexis, I hope you feel better. Ugh, thank you. E and I are both sick right now too. Damn, everybody's freaking sick. What's coming for my week? Thanks. Love you. I love you too. Let's see. Ace of Swords reversed, the Nine of Pentacles. What's that Ace of Swords reversed? Queen of Swords reversed. Okay. There can be something that you feel like you don't know that really pisses you off. So if like you've been asking somebody a question and you feel like they're not giving you a straight answer, that can be a little aggravating. But it's almost like that unknowing or that lack of communication about something almost brings you some level of peace. With that Nine of Pentacles there, it makes me feel like you're just kind of enjoying your life right now, or at least you're attempting to. Maybe spending a little bit of money on yourself. I don't think going to the spa or doing something nice for you would be the worst idea. Tell me more. King of Pentacles in reverse. There can be we just can't escape that man. The King of Pentacles in reverse. There may be somebody around you, strength in reverse, that can be lacking in their finances or lacking in their financial productive capabilities potentially. So maybe somebody who is not doing so well financially and they may project that insecurity onto others, and they may not be showing up in the stable way that you necessarily like. Tell me more about that. The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like something will get better. I feel like something will change. I feel like this is also about you letting go of control in a way, and you finding that you kind of letting go of the wheel actually ends up taking you to the destination that you want, as opposed to trying to micromanage something or someone. Ooh. What's that? Eight of Pentacles reverse. I have to pull an extra one. Nine of Swords. So 10 of Cups, Eight of Pentacles reversed with the Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is clarifying the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So when it comes to a family or relationship matter, you can be criticizing something, someone, or yourself to death because of something that you're worried about. And you may think that that's you keeping the balls in the air, but what you're actually doing is driving yourself crazy with something, especially if you are attempting to micromanage someone or you are attempting to micromanage something. It can also be that you're driving yourself crazy by uh, trying to work on a relationship in the same way that you have been that isn't really working for you anymore, or maybe somebody else is doing that. So it can be asking you to kind of get out of your own head, try to enjoy yourself a little bit more, enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones, etc. I know nobody wants to hear it or whatever, but and make practical decisions when it comes to those matters, and don't overwork yourself, don't lead yourself to burnout. Once again, it's making me feel like you need to kind of relax a little bit. Okay, now, I know like no woman ever wants to hear that, but that's what I have for you. I love you, girl. I hope you and E are okay, and please get better. Anya, what's happening next for me in love over the next 4 months? Thank you. Let me see. Ooh, okay. The Emperor. Well, damn. The World. Jesus. The Hierophant. Jesus. So it could be an Aries, a Taurus, or a Saturn ruled person with that Emperor, the World, and the Hierophant. This looks like it's either long distance love. Okay, so if you're not talking to anybody right now, it can be somebody at a distance, maybe that you haven't met yet. But regardless, just in general, this seems to be somebody who is in some kind of position of power, somebody who knows how to take the lead, somebody who is essentially a leader. Somebody who is probably quite accomplished, has their morals and their values correct. They know what they want, they know who they are, and they'll do anything to get it within their moral compass. This is a committal person, and this is somebody who will come for you. No, I mean, not okay in the PG way. I mean, maybe that way too. No. Oh my God. Holy hell, somebody help me. Lori, get the holy water. Um, cheese and rice. So, yeah. This looks great. Let's move on. I just don't get it. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Hangman reversed. Okay. So I don't know if this is the same person, but within the next 4 months, you can feel like maybe you're putting yourself out there in some way and you're just really not getting anything back. You can be kind of being overly critical of yourself in some way, but that can be because you're holding on to an old narrative or an old perspective that's not really suiting you anymore. So something to think about. Now, if this is a different person, which it absolutely can be, it can be that this is somebody who is giving to you in some way, but you may refuse it because you may feel like somebody is breadcrumbing you, or you may feel like, or there may be something about this person where you're like, oh God, what would people think if I dated this person? It can be something like that. So keep that in mind. Let me see what your advice is. Okay. Five of Swords, Knight of Swords reversed, the Four of Cups. Oh no, don't do that. Um, so this can be like an energy. If I were to put this in perspective, this is an energy of somebody who is in a mind frame of, I'm never gonna get it, never gonna win, never gonna get my person, never gonna get that job, and at this point they just kind of become complacent. They don't see what's right in front of them because they're focused on the problem as opposed to the good stuff right in front of them, the good stuff that they have in their life. So it's asking you not to do that, okay? It's asking you not to get stuck in that mind frame, because in the next 4 months, I don't know what's going to happen. You may end up getting stuck in that mind frame. But it's better to try to focus on what you can control. It's better to focus on the things that you have in your possession right now that you are grateful for, and you will call the energy that you want towards you. So no moping around, no putting on your Eeyore sweatsuit and manifesting that energy. So try to keep a positive mind frame and understand that you probably have more options in your life than maybe you're willing to admit, or that you even really see. So take advantage of it in a good way. Thanks a lot, Anya. But I'm going to tell you, that Emperor looks incredible. All right, then we have Key. Hey, Violetta, I hope you're well. It's Key. We had a dope convo about astrology months ago. I have to book a one-on-one with you when I actually have privacy. My question is, what will the... I remember you. You are so pretty. Weren't you... Were you a Virgo or a Leo? I can't remember. You were so pretty, though. I remember you. My question is, what will the outcome with me and HS be? All right, let me see. What's that, moon reversed? That's that judgment reversed. Okay. So this is kind of the end game, okay, with that Five of Cups. The end game is we're feeling a lot of regret, and I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's you, him, or the both of you. Feeling a lot of regret, feeling a lot of sadness, not knowing how to overcome some kind of past issue or some kind of problem between the two of you. That judgment in reverse showed up, clarified by the Eight of Cups, which makes me feel like at some point there could be a walking away. Now, it doesn't have to mean permanently, okay, but there is a walking away, and there's like, it can be a walking away because somebody maybe doesn't want to take accountability for something, somebody doesn't want to admit to something, somebody doesn't want to reconcile because of A, B, and C. But with that Chariot there, whoever maybe walked away or whatever it is may decide to take action anyway. So, like, let's say that this is him, okay? And let's say he did something stupid and you walked away, and then he was like, well, I don't want to take accountability for that, but then ends up coming towards you anyway, ends up taking action towards you anyway because he's emotionally driven to do so. And I feel like with the moon in reverse and the star, there may be an admittance of something that can end up healing the two of you in some way, but it's not, it seems more of like something that we were bottling up that doesn't feel so good, which can lead to a loss of hope or a lack of hope in some way, or a lack of healing. But I feel like maybe whoever this person is that is admitting to this thing in the end, or it even is revealed to them, revealed to you, to them, whoever did it unintentionally, it seems like it's creating the person who has the secret or refuses to take accountability or whatever it is, or was suppressing all of these emotions or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be something nefarious, whatever it is. But there is a regret. There is a sadness. There's a fuck, why did I do that kind of energy. And that's kind of the bottom line. With your advice, we have the Sun, the Seven of Cups reversed, and the King of Swords. So this is really about being confident in your decisions and being able to see through any BS that you may feel like you see through, okay? And I'm not saying this is like a terrible person or anything. I mean, tarot is so dramatic, right? But when it comes to you using your mind to make decisions and seeing through things that other people may not, don't second guess yourself on those things. It's asking you to be confident. Don't dim your shine. Don't dim your light. Not saying that this person is going to do that, but that's your advice. So make head over heart decisions when it comes to this specifically. And if you have advice from like a counselor, tarot reader, no, but like a counselor or even like a masculine figure in your life that's very logical or very much cares about you, listen to that person, especially if it's an Aquarius or a Gemini Libra, okay? Thank you, Key. Monica, any advice on next steps for my career? Let's see. High Priestess, listen to your gut instincts. I feel like you already know the answer, in my opinion. The High Priestess is also about exploring her potential, which she has unlimited amounts of. So if you look at traditional Rider-Waite tarot and you see the High Priestess, she's missing a roof above her head. And it's supposed to be symbolic of unlimited potential. So with this here, I feel like you could really do almost anything. I feel like that's what it's probably telling you. The Three of Pentacles, it's not what you know all the time, it's who you know, but also listen to what you know, listen to your intuition. And I feel like you're needing to either collaborate with somebody, get together with somebody in order to create what it is that you want, because I feel like there can be somebody specifically or other people that can help you reach the potential that you haven't quite met yet. And that, not that you couldn't do it alone, but it would be better if you had somebody on your side in some way to help you. I'm not saying that you don't now, but like, let's say for instance that you're in, I don't know, you own a spa, but you really want to get into YouTube. And one of your clients who shows up there, she's actually a YouTuber and she's a beauty YouTuber. And now you can maybe pay this person to promote your business or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to open yourself up to collaborating with people and working with people. Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups in reverse. I would say don't put a bunch of effort into something that your heart is not into. Like you don't just want to understand your career, but you want your career to understand you. You want it to be a mutual thing. So what you're putting your time and your energy and your effort into, is it something you're not going to regret? Is it something that you're putting into and you feel like you're not getting anything back? You know? So something to think about with that as well. But this can also be asking you to be a self-starter, get something started, learn more, educate yourself more on the thing that you love. Maybe something that you've already disconnected from, unintentionally, intentionally, whatever it may be. But if this is not you trying to explore a new career in some way, then this is saying that you have people in high places or you have people that you could learn from or even teach maybe that would end up helping you out in the long run. So this is not just about you reaching your potential on your own. This is about utilizing people as a resource because people are a resource. We are all resources in a way to each other, and we should be. That's how it should work. Thank you so much, Monica. Southern Ohio. Please don't read out loud. Gotcha. Okay, let me see. Four of Swords, Page of Swords. I feel like you're going to get the answers that you seek, and I feel like it's probably going to be healing for you. I guess I want to say like something will be found out, or it will be figured out, it will be talked about, it will be observed. So there is a communication, there is a learning of something that has occurred here. And I feel like it's what you want. So that looks good to me. All right, you guys. I am absolutely spent. I love all of you. Um, Deb, thanks. Thank you so much to all of you that came in tonight and just supported me and hung out with me. I love you so, so, so much. You guys mean the world to me. And thank you so much, Lori, for being the most beautiful time stamper on the whole planet. Thank you so much, Kinez. Thank you to all my super chatters. Thank you to my dragons. Thank you to the people that came in and gave memberships. That meant a lot to me as well, and I will not forget it. And Deb, thank you for being so active in my chat tonight. That was really cool. I love that. I love when you guys are so active and chatting away. And of course, Vanessa and all of my regulars, Infinite as well. But thank you as well, Karen. Thank you to Mojo. And thank you to Underdog Tarot. I think somebody else did it too, but God forgive me, I can't remember. But have a great night, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. I am going to go and get some rest. I'll see you guys tomorrow for super chat questions and chill. Goodbye for now.